for high school football in 2023 is right here at Beaver County Radio.
10-5 touchdown! You better believe it!
Coverage of 2023 high school football is being brought to you by St. Barnabas Dental and Dr. Peter Montini, Goldberg Persky and White, Friendly Federal Credit Union, Dr. C. Timothy Lip, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, Luxembourg Garbett Kelly and George, Electric Garage Door Sales in Monaca, Beaver County Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Nissan, Keystone Wellness Program, Patriot Home Care, the Grand Valley Inn, the Community College of Beaver County, the Beaver County Career Technology Center, Drug Free Aliquippa, the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, Moon Township Ford, A.K. Nahas Furniture Gallery, Tri-County McDonald's, Fry Transportation, and Beaver County Radio. 95.7 and 99.3 FM, along with 1230 WBVP, 1460 WMBA, and BeaverCountyRadio.com. Now let's head to the A.K. Nahas Furniture Gallery broadcast booth for coverage of tonight's game. You're listening to 2023 high school football coverage on Beaver County Radio. This game is being brought to you in part by St. Barnabas Dental and Dr. Peter Montini, Goldberg Persky and White, Friendly Federal Credit Union, Dr. C. Timothy Lip, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, Luxembourg Garbett Kelly and George, Electric Garage Door Sales in Monaca, Beaver County Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Nissan, Keystone Wellness Program, Patriot Home Care, the Grand Valley Inn, the Community College of Beaver County, the Beaver County Career Technology Center, Drug Free Aliquippa, the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, Moon Township Ford, Fry Transportation, and Beaver County Radio. 95.7 and 99.3 FM, along with 1230 WBVP, 1460 WMBA, and BeaverCountyRadio.com.
Welcome to Oak Hill Field. I'm Robert Mangino along with Bruce Fry. We'll check in with Mike Azadian coming up in just a few minutes from the sideline. The New Brighton Lions are playing host to the Beaver Falls Tigers. New Brighton 0-3 on the season, and when you look at the scores, they're clear blowouts. What they don't show, though, is a tremendous amount of heart and passion that these young men play with. Beaver Falls, hot off of 3 trips back-to-back-to-back to Acrashore for WPIA finals, winning the first one and coming up short the last 2, are looking to make their run once again. They're starting the season, though, 1-2, and they're trying to turn things around for them. And, Bruce, this is a great way to start conference play if you're Beaver Falls to draw New Brighton.
Well, again, this has been a serious rivalry over the years, but this is the infamous JUG game that they play, and certainly for Beaver Falls, there's no lack of incentive. I personally think that New Brighton's in the wrong place at the wrong time, because Beaver Falls, I think, is going to come out angry after losing to Beaver and to Knock.
You talk about Lions, Tigers, but we have Bears on the front line at Beaver Falls in Samari McCoy and Damian Lee, Damiano Sims. I mean, these are just huge guys that have the ability to take over a football game.
No question. They use that to establish the running game, and I'm sure Beaver Falls will look to that tonight to try and win up front in the trenches. It's up to New Brighton to put an end to it.
Samari McCoy coming up really quick on 50 career starts already. He is the CCBC player of the game from week 1. Damian Lee, what a specimen he is at 6 foot 280. 4-year starter, bench presses 315, deadlifts 605, and squats 400 pounds. I mean, these are just crazy numbers for a young high school student.
Well, he got nicked up a little bit in the game we did Blackhawk at Beaver Falls back in the opener, but he was able to come back in, and it appears that nothing was seriously injured, so that's good for him.
If New Brighton has any chance of winning this game, they need great performances from 3 key players. Their quarterback, Brian Taylor, number 7. Also, Mike Vion, their wideout, who was the CCBC player of the game last week in a losing effort. And they need some great play at running back. It looks as though they'll be leaning heavily on Heath Lewis and Nazir Humphreys.
Yeah, those are the 2 guys who took the bulk of the snaps as we sat here from our vantage point at Oak Hill Field. So we would expect them to get the bulk of the carries. But as you mentioned earlier, against Beaver Falls' size in the line, both offensively and defensively, it's a tough task.
It's the AK Nahas Appliance and Furniture Broadcast booth. We're broadcasting here. This is the Beaver County Career and Technology Center pregame show on Beaver County Radio. 2 interviews with coaches tonight, Nick Nardone and Tony Colturi. We'll get to those interviews coming up next on Beaver County Radio.
The pregame will set the stage for the upcoming game coverage. A pre-career start at the Beaver County Career and Technology Center can set up your high school student for life. I'm Vince Crateri, Public Relations and Marketing Specialist at the Beaver County Career and Technology Center with great news. There is still time for this school year in some of our top earning career training programs, but you must act now. Have your child or grandchild see their school counselor today. Hurry, classroom space is limited, and these prime opportunities are on a first-come, first-served basis. Let the Beaver County CTC open doors for you in the game of life. Click bcctc.org.
If you're a parent that's already watched plenty of youth baseball or soccer games, you know the value of teamwork. Whether it's the team on the field or your team of family members at home, strengthening that group can pay off in many ways. Keystone Wellness Programs is offering their free Strengthening Families program in Beaver County for families of children ages 10 to 14. Learn how to increase family bonding and communications, all while having fun together. Visit KeystoneWellnessPrograms.org for details.
In order to call the right play, you have to be able to communicate. Dental hygiene not only affects appearance and eating habits, it can also have an impact on your ability to speak clearly. Dr. C. Timothy Lip wants you to keep your teeth in the game, and he has a playbook designed for success so that you can call the right play or even call an audible. Get suited up for a win or at least a winning smile by joining Dr. C. Timothy Lip's team in Beaver Falls or Robinson Township. Visit lipdentistry.com.
When accidents and injuries happen, you need the experience and insight of the legal team at Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly & George. Since 1934, they've been committed to the physical and financial recovery of personal injury victims. Why choose the law firm of Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly & George? Attorney Larry Kelly explains.
First of all, we've been AV rated by Martindale Hubbell. It's the highest rating you can get for legal ability and ethics, and that comes from our peers. We have board-certified civil trial specialist, which is like another bar exam. Would you go to a doctor who is not board-certified? Probably not. I've always said, and I tell my daughters, I have 3 daughters who are attorneys. Those in the profession know. The lawyers of LGKG have the respect of our peers, and that's all I ever cared about.
For your free initial consultation, call the law firm of Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly & George at 724-658-8535 or online at lgkg.com. Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly & George, keeping promises for over 80 years.
It's football season, and if you can see the Aquaman of Beaver County heading deep on a fly route to the end zone, it shouldn't surprise you. This is Jim Riggio, the Aquaman of Beaver County from the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority. Why, you ask? It's obvious. Going deep or the full distance for our customers, no matter what we are up against, is in our game plan. Now, what isn't quite so simple is getting my web feet into a pair of those cleats. This is the Aquaman from the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority. And looky here, I'm wide open that is, to doing whatever it takes to serve you. Click bfwater.net.
Broadcast booth. The Beaver County Career and Technology Center pregame show continues. Here's my conversation with new Brighton Lions head football coach Tony Colturi. After covering the game last week, I got to give it up to the kids that dressed. I think you dressed, 22 kids?
22 dressed.
Yes. The level of passion and energy and commitment that they showed was remarkable, considering that so many of them played both offense, defense, and special teams.
Well, I appreciate that. I think our boys are definitely playing hard just in that second half of a couple games this year. We just don't have enough gas to compete for the 4 quarters that's needed. So we're making improvements, and I think our kids are really playing hard and excited to play.
I guess one of the things, maybe the biggest disappointments of the game was the number of penalties that occurred, especially those that were pre-snap or post-whistle.
Yeah, we really got to clean that up. It's been an issue for 2 of the 3 games, so we got to get back to the drawing board. Start with our cadence and just maintaining focus. Those are the little things that we can control that we need to get better at.
I was talking with A.D. Greco yesterday, and he was saying that the two of you guys talk on a regular basis, and he has nothing but encouraging words for you and for the team as you guys go forward and looking for your first win of your tenure.
Yeah, he's a great resource as he supports our program fully, and it's nice to have a former coach as an AD, so he knows the struggles and what goes on throughout the week, so I can bounce some ideas off him at all times and just ways to switch up practice and the monotony of the season at this point. So He's a great resource and mentor to have for sure.
Do you ever feel any over-the-shoulder pressure by having him as the AD there, that maybe he wants to get too involved, or maybe others within the school system want him to be more involved?
No, absolutely not. He's been nothing but supportive and trusts my vision and helps me implement my vision on some of the stuff with the school that I want to do. But he's sort of hands off on the football stuff. I tell him all the time I'll reach out to him to talk about plays, and that's the only time he'll talk on the field X's and O's with me if I bring up the subject.
Last week's CCBC Player of the Game in a losing effort for you, Mike Vigon. Really a gutsy performance, big touchdown reception, and remarkable play on the defensive side of the ball, too.
Yeah, he's really stepped up in his junior year. We're making a concerted effort to get him the ball and make sure that he's getting the number of touches, because he's one of the guys on our offensive side of the ball that can really take it to the end zone from any distance. So with Brian Taylor getting him the ball on a consistent basis, we're really excited about his improvement, Mike's improvement on both sides of the ball.
And Nazir Humphreys had some great moments in last week's game, too.
Yeah, absolutely. He had a couple weeks off due to some issues, but we were excited to have him back as a spell in the backfield, and he really created a splash on the defensive side of the ball too. So he has great energy and great passion for the game, and he plays really hard, and that's we need more guys like that.
What are you looking at? What do you see as the challenge in getting ready for the game tonight at Beaver Falls?
I think they have so many weapons, Beaver Falls. So we're looking at, from the defensive side of the ball, making sure we clean up the issues of alignment and knowing our assignment. I think they give them multiple sets, and Coach Nardone does a great job of getting his playmakers the ball, and it's just getting our kids to understand based off what formation, who's going to get the ball in each set and how. So they do a great job of mixing it up, but we're trying to clean up on our end with everything from that standpoint and make sure our alignment and our assignments are correct.
They have a really impressive lineman in Samari McCoy. What do you do to try to contain him on the defensive side and then not have Beaver Falls just run over their left side all night long?
Yeah, Samari was our conference player of the year from the offensive line standpoint last year for great reason. He's someone we're trying to neutralize. If we're running to his side, I'll be sure to we have two blockers on him and sometimes three, but he can wreak havoc on both sides of the ball. So we gotta, when we're running at him, neutralize him and try to get him on his toes, whether it be trapping him or trying to reach him.
And once again there, Coach Tony Colteri. Bruce, when you listen to what Tony has to say and what he's trying to do with this football team, the kids play really, really hard. He does a great job of keeping them motivated and interested, even though they just can't seem to figure out a way of putting up many points and winning a game.
Well, it all starts with how many bodies do you have. I tried to count during the pre-games. I got somewhere in the mid-20s. Once the game starts, I'll have a much better handle. A lot of athletes out on the field, and at any level of football, that can be troublesome, not having enough depth.
Yeah, Deontay Moore, he started last week against Rochester. He is out tonight. He will be replaced by Jackson Zahn. Jackson Zahn, a sophomore, 5'5", 140 at wide receiver and defensive back. We'll have more coming up in the Beaver County Career and Technology Center pregame show from the AK Nahas Appliance and Furniture Broadcast booth. Coach Nick Nardone of the Beaver Falls Tigers. He's next on Beaver County Radio.
If you're a parent that's already watched plenty of youth baseball or soccer games, you know the value of teamwork. Whether it's the team on the field or your team of family members at home, strengthening that group can pay off in many ways. Keystone Wellness Programs is offering their free Strengthening Families program in Beaver County for families of children ages 10 to 14. Learn how to increase family bonding and communications, all while having fun together. Visit KeystoneWellnessPrograms.org for details.
It might be time to repair or replace that old garage door. Call on Robin and her team of expert installers at Electric Garage Door Sales in Monaca. Dial 724-774-3200 and your door will work like a charm. Featuring CHI quality garage doors, LiftMaster garage door openers, and over 50 years experience, Robin and her team will get it done right. Electric Garage Door Sales. Give them a call at 724-774-3200 or find them online at electricgaragedoorsales.com.
Being part of a credit union is like being part of a team where everyone plays and, more importantly, everyone wins. This is Cindy Haladio for Friendly Federal Credit Union. If you need a loan, it's game time. Visit Friendly Federal Credit Union in Baden or Aliquippa. Follow us on Facebook or Twitter or click friendlyfcu.org. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Friendly Federal Credit Union. You got a friend.
Season. Take that visit to your hometown dentist, Dr. Peter Montini and his team at St. Barnabas Dental. While tackling tooth decay is number one in the game plan, Dr. Montini offers a wide array of services, including custom-fitted athletic mouth guards, clear aligner orthodontics, virtually painless injections, and same-day crowns. Call or text 724-495-3350 to schedule your appointment today. St. Barnabas Dental in Beaver, creating beautiful smiles for life.
The award-winning Grand Valley Inn on Route 51 in Falston provides a delicious family dining experience. Grand Valley Inn is a great place for a party or event. They have banquet rooms for small and large gatherings. Fish and Friday night football go great together in Beaver County. The Grand Valley Inn has great fish and seafood specials on Fridays, live music on the weekends through October, and trivia night on Thursdays. Follow Grand Valley Inn on Facebook to keep up with all the fun. That's Grand Valley Inn on Route 51 in Falston.
In Beaver County, there are many great stories to tell. One such worthy story is that of the Drug-Free Community Support Program. Now in its fourth year of serving Aliquippa, the project has enjoyed great success through in-school interaction, education, raising awareness, and data analysis. The Drug-Free Community Support Program in Aliquippa has a mission to help local youth make better decisions regarding alcohol and drug use. For more information or to find out how you can get involved, visit Drug Free Aliquippa on Facebook.
Looking for home services? Call Patriot Home Care in Beaver Falls. Their staff provides company, conversation, and companionship to all patients, ensuring medications are taken on time, participating in fun community activities, personal care, meal prep, and light household work are all services provided by Patriot Home Care, all thanks to the hardworking and selfless team members. Call Patriot Home Care at 724-506-8911 or stop in Patriot Home Care, 1225 7th Avenue, Beaver Falls.
Broadcast booth. The Beaver County Career and Technology Center pregame show continues with Beaver Falls Tigers head football coach Nick Nardone. After a big victory against Blackhawk in Week 0, two very close games and 3-point losses over the past couple of weeks, so one at Beaver and at home against Knock. What are the takeaways for you, for your team, with those two very close losses?
Just learning from the losses. I mean, we're making mistakes, not crazy, but we are making mistakes, and they've hurt us big in these last two games. So we're learning the lesson of playing mistake-free football, and a lot of the mistakes are coming on special teams. So like I told guys after the game, that's on me and me as a head coach not devoting enough time and taking special teams as serious as we should be. It's hurt us in the last two games, and that's 100% on me.
To what extent do the first three games of the season come down to really exhibition, if you will, and the real season starts tonight with your game against New Brighton?
Yeah, but those are tune-up games. Those are games where you figure out who you are and, again, what you need to work. So those are games that were both winnable, both games that we let away from us because of the big mistakes that we're making, again, on mostly special teams in the Beaver game. So hopefully we learn from those mistakes and don't let stuff like that happen in these important conference games that are going to start counting against us when we're talking about.
For those who may not have a clear understanding, can you explain why you chose to go for 2 on all of your touchdowns in the game against Knox?
Yeah, we're still figuring out our game. We have a kicker. We've practiced him some, but we're still not 100% ready to go with our kicking game. So we went for 2, not because of a want, but because of a need, because at the time we aren't 100% solid on our kicking situation.
And so in light of all of that, what did you focus on this week in practice?
Making sure we have enough confidence in our kicking game to try to kick some extra points, and spending more time on our 2-point plays, not just calling plays, but having a package or 2 where we are really happy with what we're running in terms of 2-point plays.
We called the New Brighton game against Rochester last week, and it was a big loss for them. They've lost all 3 of their games this season, didn't win a game from last season either. But one of the things that I've witnessed is a tremendous heart that these young men have at New Brighton. What do you see as you watch game film in preparation for this game tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly what I said. I mean, you got a coaching staff and a group of kids that are working their butts off. It's a shame. I think what's killing them is they just, for whatever reason, can't get a lot of kids to come out. It just looks like their numbers are really low. And that makes things very difficult for any staff, especially when you're playing against the good teams that they've been playing against. So numbers and just the fact that a lot of those kids are playing both ways all game long, don't get a lot of breaks. They're not coming out on special teams because they don't have the ball to do it. You know what I mean? It just looks like they're getting worn out a little bit. But again, nothing to the fault of their coaches or their players. They have good schemes. They play hard. They just are kind of backs are against the wall with what they're facing.
Take our listeners into the locker room right before kickoff. What will you be saying to your players?
No, just like we say every week. I mean, we plan on coming out, winning every game, and the only team that's going to beat Beaver Falls on Friday night is Beaver Falls. So if we can play mistake-free football and assignment football and discipline football, we should win all the games we play. So if we can, like I said, eliminate the mistakes on both sides of the ball and on special teams, then I think we should be able to be good on Friday night.
Once again, there's Coach Nick Nardone of the Beaver Falls Tigers. And Bruce, it's great to hear a head coach that can look across the field and recognize a lot of energy, a lot of passion, a lot of dedication to the game, even though New Brighton just doesn't have the roster that really matches up well against Beaver Falls tonight.
Oh, he understands what this means to both of these communities. They are neighbors. There's a bridge that separates them. So people see each other, work with each other, hang out with each other. So it means a great deal in the community, no question about it.
It is senior night here at New Brighton, and we are just minutes away from kickoff. The New Brighton Lions and the Beaver Falls Tigers coming up next on Beaver County Radio.
If you have big plans for this fall, like a new car or home remodeling project, but feel like it's getting a little late in the game and you're out of timeouts, it's time to call an audible, a 749 audible. This is Coach Andy Dengel from Freedom United Federal Credit Union. 24-month personal loans are now available with approved credit from 7.49%. So get up to the line, the teller line that is, and call your own 749 Audible. Stop in for details. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Listening to live sports on the radio in Beaver County is a tradition. This is Craig Fontana from Moon Township Ford, and I ought to know. My dad, Bill Fontana, has called games for over 50 years. Beaver County people know a good call when they hear one, and the best call you can make is to buy your next newer vehicle at click Moon Township Ford on University Boulevard.
Falcone's Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends.
Now that the sights and sounds of summer are fading in your rearview mirror, there's still time to enjoy your classic car and turn heads this fall. Restore your cherished ride to its former glory and call Gnu's Body Works in Freedom. Gary Snare has been offering collision and restoration services for over 20 years. Everything from lowering or airbagging your rod or street custom to full custom color paint, Gnu's also handles collision and general repairs. Say hello to cooler weather with the hottest car around. Call Gnu's Body Works, 408th Street in Freedom.
At MRS Physical Therapy, they understand that you expect to receive treatment that will help you move better, feel better, and recover faster and more completely from an injury or operation. But did you know that you can make an appointment to come see MRS Physical Therapy without a doctor's referral? And they can offer same-day appointments. You can come see them whenever you want and come back as many times as you wish for 30 days. There's no need to wait until you see a primary care physician. Get treatment when you need it most at MRS Physical Therapy in Bridgewater and Cranberry. Visit mrsphysicaltherapy.com.
The local McDonald's restaurants are proud to be partners with Beaver County Radio in sponsoring Beaver County high school football games all season long. Stop into any of the local McDonald's restaurants for everyday value items like 2 for $3 mix and match, sausage burritos, sausage McMuffin, and hash browns. Don't forget to download the app for extra special savings. Looking for a great part-time job? Text McHire.com today to apply. Good luck to all the Beaver County football teams this season from your local McDonald's restaurants. I'm loving it.
Let's go to Mike Azadian on the sidelines. Mike?
Hey, guys. How you doing? New Brighton wins the toss. And down here on the line.
Mike, I'm not sure why, but you're breaking up really bad. But I do know that New Brighton won the toss. They have elected to defer. They will kick off to Beaver Falls. They are set to receive the kick. Number 53 for New Brighton, set to kick the ball off deep, and it goes to one of the up men. They take it at the 27-yard line up the right-hand side, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and then stopped at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, Brickswall fields the kick. I believe it was by Caden Pavlinch. I'm pretty sure he's the kicker for New Brighton, at least on kickoffs. Pauvlinch, Caden Pavlinch. It was a short kick, and Rawl did what he does best, which is just lower his shoulders and plow straight ahead.
It is absolutely a gorgeous night for football. If you're watching on Facebook, you'll be able to see that the sun is setting, but it's temperature-wise a very cool evening. The football field set in a beautiful community. The crowd is here. They're ready for a great game, and we're ready for a snap of the football here. Near side of the football field going left to right. Quick out to Petey Pugh. Petey Pugh up the right-hand side out to about the 46, 47-yard line.
Well, yeah, we talk about winning the battle at first down. Beaver Falls certainly does that with an aggressive scheme coming out and throwing, almost picking up the sticks, but certainly getting more than 4 yards.
You pick up almost 9 yards on a play. You're setting yourself up for pretty easy second down conversion here. Beaver Falls getting set up, and they're waiting for the call to come in from the sideline at this point. And Deshaun Anderson, quarterback for Beaver Falls. Don't be surprised that Petey Pugh takes some snaps, and also Caden Brickner will be taking snaps this evening as well. 2 left, 1 right, man in motion, inside handoff up the middle, and a quick stop by New Brighton. And no gain on that play.
Yeah, they met Buford low. D'Italian Buford took the ball, tried to take a juke step. He looked like he wanted to go outside, but then he quickly shot back inside. But New Brighton met him aggressively for no gain.
And a great stand by New Brighton, clearly outsized when it comes to the offensive line to be able to get that stop with only a neutral play there. Has to feel good for the first run of the day. All right, so Deshaun Anderson once again in shotgun formation. Buford to his right. He takes the inside handoff, breaks it up the middle. He's sprinting. He's going to break it all the way to the end zone. 15-10, 5, touchdown, D'Italian Buford.
Yeah, that's going to go as a 53-yarder in as much as the ball was a 52-yarder in as much as the ball was hiked at Beaver Falls' own 48, so not surprising at all. He found a little bit of a hole off the left side, had a nice cutback, and basically was only offered token resistance once he broke through.
Yeah, 3 plays and a total of 62 yards. Big play by Natalia Buford on that 53-yard touchdown run, and they are set now for the point after. Will they go and kick this, or are they going to line up for
Nate
two?
Toney's on the field, so this is what Coach Nardone talked about is learning how to work on special teams. I believe at this point in this game, Beaver Falls is going to try to learn how to kick extra points regardless. Brickner's the holder.
They're waiting for the snap. And offsides on New Brighton.
Yeah, they tried to charge the line but did not anticipate the count properly.
And the referee today, Tony Lascola, with his first call for the day with an offsides call, encroachment on New Brighton. So you're looking at half the distance to the goal. And even though you may want to try out your kicker and the kicking game, it's awfully difficult to resist a two-point conversion attempt if you're that much closer.
Yeah, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Basically it's a 1.5 yard situation, so they'll take it from scrimmage.
Deshaun Anderson in the pistol, handoff to Buford up the middle, easily touches one player and then makes it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So the Tigers up on the Lions 8-0, 11:02 left to go in the first quarter. We'll come back with more on Beaver County Radio.
The Standard Bar and Grill on the river in Bridgewater is the place to enjoy summer. A great atmosphere, delicious food, and plenty of drinks are what you'll find at The Standard. The Standard in Bridgewater is boater friendly and has their own dock, DJs and live bands on Fridays and Saturday nights, an outside bar, an area to dance, and a beautiful view from their patio are just a few of the amenities at The Standard. That's The Standard Bar and Grill in Bridgewater.
We are back 8-0. The Tigers over the Lions, 11:02 to go in the second quarter. Looks as though Tony is going to line up for the kickoff and back deep for New Brighton, number 5 and number 4, Nazir Humphreys and Mike Vion to receive the kick. It goes to Nazir Humphreys over his head, grabs it at the 12, tries to make a man miss, does make one, maybe two, and then is able to get it out to the 24-yard line.
Yes, and again, one of Tony's better efforts, actually. That's as much distance as we've seen. I observed him quite a bit in pregame. He was hit and miss. From the kickoff tee, he had a long one, then a short one, and maybe a long one and a short one. But he had a fairly good kickoff on that situation, and Beaver Falls covers it.
And they are going to give him to the 25-yard line, 1st and 10 from the 25. Brian Taylor in the shotgun formation, man in motion. Heath Lewis out to him in the flat and overthrows it.
Well, let's see the call, though. Was that thrown in a lateral direction? Let's see where the officials spot that. It's down by the WBVP banner, but I guess they're going to label that as an incompleted pass. That ball was thrown pretty much behind the wide receiver, but it's called a forward pass.
2nd and 10 now from New Brighton's 25. Taylor, shotgun. Lewis on his hip. Quick out. Tip ball up in the air and falls to the ground. And it's now 3rd and 10 for New Brighton.
Yeah, it was a poor man's immaculate reception because two players went up for the football. It bounced off the shoulder pad of one of them, although it didn't go to Franco Harris. It landed on the ground,
and
so it's an incompletion.
Yeah, it was best that it did go on the ground. The nearest players were Beaver Falls players. 3rd and 10, New Brighton. Brian Taylor looking at the sleeve to get the play right. Shotgun, takes a snap, rolls to his right, looking for a man downfield, finds a man, Mike Vion at the 35-yard line, and they give it to him. 1st down, 10-yard gain for Mike Vion.
Yeah, credit Vion for breaking off of his route, which means stopping abruptly and coming back towards the football. He had a very good awareness of where the sticks are, having been on that far sideline, and he's exactly where he wanted to be to make the reception.
New Brighton spreading things out once again. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Taylor takes a snap, looking immediately, scrambling, running right, throws it, and just short hitting the ground as he was targeting Mike Vion on the play around the 40.
Yeah, Beaver Falls with good single coverage up and in on that particular play. I believe it was Zazan McKelvey, the defensive back for the Tigers, wearing jersey number 4 on the far sideline. I get I'd say about a 16-minute grace period till the sun comes down before I'm better at spotting numbers.
It is an interesting way to call a game. There's no doubt about that. Inside handoff from Brian Taylor to Heath Lewis. It looks as though the ball may be on the ground.
Yeah, anytime you see the quarterback jump in the pile, it's an indication that the football might be loose.
And the Tigers are excited because the referee, Tony Lascola, just said first down, Beaver Falls at the New Brighton, what looks to be the 34-yard line.
Yes, again, that was New Brighton's first play of the game on the ground after all those passes. And I don't believe it was a bad exchange handoff-wise. I just think it was a hard hit at the point of attack.
All right, Beaver Falls now in New Brighton territory, 34-yard line. They're on the far hash mark. They are going from left to right. Beaver Falls in white jerseys, black pants, orange and white stripes up the pants. Deshaun Anderson, the quarterback, takes a snap, throws it, looking for his wide receiver, Denari Harris. Incomplete pass.
Yes, New Brighton with good coverage in there. They were able to break it up. Brian Taylor Jr., their quarterback, is a safety on the near side. He was able to step in there and disrupt things. It was a good idea by BF to throw a quick slant, but New Brighton had good defense.
New Brighton in, I guess, maroon and gold are the proper colors for descriptions there. Gold helmets.
Garnet and gold.
Garnet and gold. Thank you very much, Bruce. Appreciate that. Deshaun Anderson in the shotgun. 2 men in the backfield with him. One up, one back. Handoff on the inside. Up over the left-hand side, and Bricks Rawl getting the call this time, able to pick up 4, maybe 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, doing what he knows best, veering off tackle, coming to the line of scrimmage at about a 45-degree angle, and picking up the left side of that line. Beaver Falls really likes to run left for obvious reasons. That they have sizable linemen, but it's a sizable pickup for the Tigers.
Pickup of about 5 yards on the play, and the referee is waving. He is calling timeout. He wants number 1, Petey Pugh, to get off the field. He's telling him to get off the field right now. Why he's doing that, not sure.
Well, the first thing you think of is there blood on his uniform. That instantly gets you to the sidelines, but we can't see that from our angle.
All right, we'll check in with Mike Azadi, and maybe he'll have some insights for us. Deshaun Anderson, shotgun, rolling out to his right, looking for a man, has him. Denari Harris, one-handed tip to himself catch. What a remarkable catch by Denari Harris, all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Yeah, it really was. It was almost like a pick pattern. He looked over his back shoulder to make as you describe it, it hit his hand, but he had the presence of mind to stay with it and pick it out of the sky before he was blasted on the New Brighton sideline.
All right, why ever Petey Pugh had to leave before the previous play, he's right back in here now, and it doesn't seem as though the referee has a problem.
Well, he could have lost a mouthpiece also. There's any of a number of equipment issues that can only take one snap.
Beaver Falls, everybody's in tight. Petey Pugh over to the right-hand side. Deshaun Anderson, shotgun. Picturing out, number 28 is able to get it, and only maybe to the line of scrimmage. No more. Bricks Rawl not able to get anywhere. New Brighton stepping up and closing that.
Yeah, the Lions able to move at the line of scrimmage, showing good lateral movement on the far side, and they're able to stop Rawl in his tracks, which is not easy to do once he gets to the line of scrimmage.
Forward progress, they give him 1, maybe 2 yards. It is now second. Scoreboard is going to call it 7. They are set at the 14-yard line of New Brighton, man in motion.
BF moved on the right side of the line, so that's going to come back 5.
And that's exactly what the sign is from Tony Lascola and the crew. The far head linesman called that, and they're backing up now 5 yards on the play. And now we're set for a 2nd and 13.
Yes, we don't know. You you could see Anderson look towards the sideline. Sometimes you change the play if it becomes 5 yards longer. Sometimes you just roll with it.
Snap back, quick out to Petey Pugh. Gets it. And New Brighton, what a great swarming tackle. There must have been 3-4 guys in on that play.
Yeah, they did well. That was good gang tackling. Again, Brian Taylor, the quarterback, playing well. Jaden Salata comes in on I can't really say run support because it was a pass, but he comes to the line of scrimmage quickly to seal things off.
We are now looking at a 3rd and 12. This one set up from the 18-yard line. Beaver Falls, once again, Deshaun Anderson, shotgun. Bricks Rawl to his left. Wide receivers 2 and 2, left and right. Calls for the snap, gets it, rolls over to his left, looking for a man. He has 2 guys open. Intercepted by New Brighton. It was tipped and intercepted. What a play by Mike Vion. Big interceptions from a couple of weeks ago. Gets a huge one right now.
Yeah, and again, he basically let the ball come to him. Anderson delivered that ball at a high velocity, and it bounced off the hands of the intended receiver in a very fortuitous bounce to Vion, who just caught it right at his number 5 and held on with a little bit of a return thrown in.
So New Brighton has the ball, 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line. They are feeling some excitement and some energy on the New Brighton sideline with that big pick, keeping this game close.
Right, so the turnovers even out is the net result.
Yes, Brian Taylor in the shotgun. One step, quick toss, and out of bounds, looking for Mike Vion once again up the right-hand side.
Yeah, credit New Brighton. They've had the ball for 2 drives, and they come out throwing both times on first down. So they're trying to make plays. They're trying to probe Beaver Falls' pass defense, and they haven't been successful yet, but you have to credit their attempt.
Yeah, last series it ended up in a fumble. They're hoping to be able to get some good yardage on this. 2nd and 10. Back to pass, running to his left, signaling for a receiver to move a little bit, trying to find some room, and is able to pick up 1, maybe 2 yards on the play. Brian Taylor picking up 2.
Right, but what not everybody understands is the tackle was made 7 yards down the field by left defensive tackle Samari McCoy of Beaver Falls, who ran him down from behind on the entire far side of the field. For those who might wonder, for those who might be concerned how a big guy can move that quickly.
He can really move. There's no denying that. Beaver Falls on a blitz and they get him.
It's McCoy again with the sack. He just shot through. Beaver Falls coach is on our immediate right. They call for a blitz in that 3rd and long situation, and no chance.
No. Now they're looking at a 4th and 15 from their own 20-yard line, and Brian Taylor is their punter as well as their quarterback, and he is back in punt formation.
Beaver Falls slow in getting lined up, but they do.
Taylor gets it away. Fair catch is called, and then it landed, and then he was able to take it. And now it is 1st and 10 for Beaver Falls on the 44-yard line of New Brighton.
Well, that's a tough situation. In New Brighton's coaches are out in the field. You know, Tony Couture's out there saying he was waving for a fair catch. But see what happens when the sun is this bad. You could make your case if you're Beaver Falls that I was just trying to use my hand up to see the football.
What the difficult part about that is that the sun is on the far side, and it's not as though it could have been anywhere. However, the referees decided that he did not call for a fair catch, and they're giving Beaver Falls the ball. 1st and 10 from the 44. Anderson, shotgun, hands it off. Bricks Rawl up the middle, just breaking tackles, running dominantly all the way down to near the 20-yard line, a pickup of 24 on the play.
Yeah, and again, if that was I believe it was a 21-yard pickup, I think. But whatever it was If it was a 1-yard run, it was 20 yards after contact. Let's put it that way. And he also had multiple 360 spins, too.
He was dancing as he was going down there. Little Fred Astaire move. I'm not sure who I should have referenced besides Fred Astaire, but still. Inside handoff, fakes it. Deshaun Anderson keeps it. Looks as though it was a bit of a busted play, but he's still able to pick up 2 yards on what turned out to be a handoff he was intending to make and then made the most out of it.
Yeah, that appeared to be the case, is that it was a missed handoff opportunity. So they were fortunate because the ball was hiked from the right hash mark, so he had room to run on the left side.
2nd and 6 is what the officials are calling here. Ball on the 16-yard line. Beaver Falls, shotgun once again. Deshaun Anderson makes the man go in motion. New Brighton is... What a great play by Nazir Humphreys to try to shoot the gap. However, Brooks Rawl just absolutely ran by everybody and got close to the end zone.
It's a touchdown.
And they did call it a touchdown?
He came in for, the ball's getting spotted at the 3. That's good enough for me.
It is touchdown for Brooks Rawl. Nazir Humphreys tried to shoot it, ran right by him. Brooks Rawl just ran right up the middle and was absolutely untouched until he got inside the 5 and then landed in the end zone for another Beaver Falls touchdown. They are now up 14-0, 3:51 to go in the first quarter, and they are lined up for the extra point. And New Brighton not wanting to give Beaver Falls the opportunity to kick this extra point, and jumping the gun, Brian Taylor leaping through the line to try to block the extra point attempt, instead jumped the snap, and now it's half the distance of the goal, and it looks as though Beaver Falls once again is going to try to go for 2.
Well, you're the one who played the interview with Coach Calturi. You said we got to cut back, particularly pre-snap penalties like they had versus Rachi. And these pre-snap penalties have led to one BF. BF moves, though. So now BF had movement in the line. See, there that goes. So now we're going to be the 6.5-yard line is going to be the line of scrimmage. And so Tony's going to come back out along with Brickner, the holder.
So now all of a sudden we're back to being able to try this extra point attempt, and the sun has been cooperative that decided to go down for the evening. Thank you very much. Makes this thing a whole lot easier. Beaver Falls lined up for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick, up, and the officials say no good.
Right.
So it stands 14-0. The Tigers over the Lions on Beaver County Radio.
For all your home appliance and furnishings, shop AK Nahas on Labor Day. From 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., get big savings throughout our showroom. Sleep better on a dual-sided queen mattress and firmer plush for only $650. Get an 18-cubic-foot refrigerator for $629. Conquer pet hair like a pro with Maytag Pet Pro washer or dryer, removing 5 times more pet hair, just $7.99 each. Take an extra 15% off all furniture. No one sells less on Labor Day. Open 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. AK Nahas Appliance, Furniture, Mattress, and TV. You'll do okay with AK.
Mike Azadian on the sideline, 14-0, Tigers over the Lions.
Yeah, guys, the new Brighton coaches not happy with the mistakes, although pretty happy with a little bit on offense. But as you guys can tell, from down here on the sidelines, the size difference of the line is really, really hurting New Brighton. And that's why Beaver Falls' running game has been so successful. And we're going to try to get the halftime interviews. Hopefully we won't break up like we did in the beginning of the game.
All right, Tony with the kick to an up man. Number 24 has it from the 30, looking for some place to go, is able to get it out beyond the 35-yard line. They'll call it the 35, so 1st and 10 at
Heath
the 35.
Lewis is a running back. That's who number 24 is. Heath Lewis is a running back. And the other thing that I've done a little bit once this game has unfolded is I'm counting 12 reserves on the sideline for New Brighton, which means 23 players total in uniform. That's low for single A, let alone for double A. This is just something New Brighton has to fight through. There's no other way to put it.
Nope. Brian Taylor, shotgun, fakes the toss, running up the middle, quarterback draw, able to pick up 5, 10, 12, 15 yards on the play. was able to read Beaver Falls penetrating through the line, would have blown up that play if he did go with the toss, kept it himself, and picked up a first down.
Yes, easily the best play of the night for New Brighton. And it does pick up the first down yardage. That's their first rushing yards of the night also. So we'll see if Taylor comes back to that as the game unfolds.
Brian Taylor, shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers, 2 right, 2 left. Mike V on top of the field, far right side, looks over that way, thinking about throwing to him. Beaver Falls, though, just swarming, and he was going down for a sack. He tried to throw the ball away, looking the opposite direction. He was facing his own end zone.
It's going to get grounding, though. That's your first thought.
Yes.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, but Taylor, there was a New Brighton player 20-some yards away, but the way he threw it, he basically lofted it. And it appears like McCoy had him by the shirt. But the problem with this is I believe it involves loss of down, too.
Yes, it does. 5-yard penalty and loss of down, so 2nd and 15 for New Brighton. Taylor back in shotgun. 3 wide receivers over to the right, 1 to the left. Back to pass, rolling to the right, looking for a man, looking for somebody, not able to find anyone, takes it himself, is able to get it beyond the 50-yard line, past the original line of scrimmage, and it looks as though they're going to mark it at the Beaver Falls 47, maybe 48-yard line.
I would expect more of this out of Taylor, at least until BF adjusts. But for right now, the fact that New Brighton has so many receivers down the field, BF has to respect that. That gives Taylor a little bit of room underneath. But I think BF also doesn't mind giving away 6 and 7 at a clip.
Brian Taylor overlooking the defense. Defense is set up with 2 deep in the zone. And the rush. And looking to play that rush. They tried to set up a screen pass, but absolutely all over it. They ran past the screen, but were able to come back and make up that speed so quickly.
Nazir Humphreys caught the ball amidst a lot of big bodies, but he was surrounded by so many big bodies, they were just able to reach out and make the stop. A good idea, but the screen's a good idea to neutralize somebody's pass rush, but into a plethora of white, black, and orange BF jerseys, it was tough sledding.
And they lost 4 yards on the play, so now 4th and 12 from their 48. Brian Taylor is set up for the punt. High snap, able to get it off. Nice high punt. Fair catch is called for. And New Brighton ends up hitting number 1, Petey Pugh, as he called for fair catch. It wasn't a real hard hit, but it was enough to draw the flag.
Yeah, Vion, if you make any type of contact, it's a foul. It's that simple. And the problem for New Brighton is that ball was only punted from New Brighton's 48. So by the time they step this off, this will wind up being about a net 20-yard punt.
Personal foul called by Tony Lascola running into the returner. You add those 15 yards to it, and they look as though they're coming all the way near the 44-yard line now, so they'll be just about the 44, almost the 45.
Yeah, the net result of that was it effectively is a 7-yard punt when you throw in the penalty.
Deshaun Anderson takes a snap, bumbles it.
BF moved.
A flag is on the call, and referee's calling for illegal procedure by Beaver Falls. And this is something that Beaver Falls is really going to want to fix as they're moving forward through the conference play and wanting to make a run again for the championship.
For my way of thinking, I don't believe that that Tarek Milner started a game wearing jersey 55. He's in at right guard now, and he is the one who moved.
Deshaun Anderson takes it, sweep to Mike Blackshear, cutting the edge, able to get beyond the 50-yard line, really close to first down territory. It looks as though he's about 1 yard short. Great sweep.
Right. I'm just glad he got up because he got absolutely drilled into an aluminum bench right on the New Brighton sideline. Bench only 3 or 4 yards off the playing surface here at Oak Hill, and I'm just glad to see Michael get up.
Yeah, for people who aren't familiar with this football field, it is very close to get to the fence. You only have maybe 10, 15 feet from the sideline to a chain link fence, where many other places there's a whole lot more room. Deshaun Anderson takes it, snap, keeps it himself, calls his own number over the right-hand side, able to pick up the yardage for the first down all the way to the New Brighton 40.
Yeah, and he's a big kid too. That's the situation here. He's pretty well built, and he bounced off a New Brighton tackler there. I believe it was Humphreys to pick up the first down.
Deshaun Anderson shotgun. Everybody's in tight. Pugh in motion, and they're going to wave the play dead. There's 16.2 seconds remaining in the quarter, but there was movement on Beaver Falls, and now they're backing up 5. So a 1st and 10 from the 40 turns into a 1st and 15 from the New Brighton 45-yard line.
Yes, and again, we'll see if this adjusts their play call, but Beaver Falls pretty much in a it looks like they're going to let it drain. So that's the way it goes for one period.
14-0, the Tigers over the Lions. Back with more second quarter next on Beaver County Radio.
Do you know a child who struggles to read? If so, the tuition-free brick-and-mortar Provident Charter School West is here to help. The Provident Charter School West in Baden is helping children from 1st grade through 4th learn to overcome dyslexia. Their friends. Provident Charter School West meets the needs of children with dyslexia so they can become the inventors and educators of tomorrow. For more information, visit providentcharterschool.org. Copico's Pizza on the corner of 3rd and 8th Street in New Brighton uses the best ingredients in Beaver County. That's Kopickos. Copico's, where you can dine in, take out, or order online. Copico's has great lunch specials on junior pizzas, burgers and fries, Italian hoagies, and fish and chicken sandwiches. Copico's makes their own dough and unique sauce from scratch daily. Get 25% off wings with any pizza order at Copicos.com. That's Copico's Pizza in New Brighton, a taste above the rest.
Beaver Falls leads New Brighton 14-0. Start of the second quarter. Beaver Falls has it in New Brighton territory. 1st and 15 once again from the 45. And the referees have decided to stop play and keep the snap from occurring. I'm not seeing a penalty flag anywhere on the field. However, it does look as though there's a replacement. Petey Pugh off the field, and Denari Harris has come on the field in his position. He's set at the top of the screen, if you will. 2 wide receivers, 1 right, 1 left, man in motion. Handoff from Deshaun Anderson to number 3, D'Italian Buford, up the middle over the right-hand side, and is able to pick up 4 yards on the play.
And again, it's just this time it was to the right side. Beaver Falls coming up with all their Beaver Falls, pretty much every running snap has come up with an opening at the point of attack. However, this time New Brighton closed valiantly.
Deshaun Anderson once again in shotgun formation. This seems to be the spot that he likes the most. It's where you can run that run-pass option consistently throughout the course of the game. He has D'Italian Buford on his right side. Steps back to pass, 1 step, quick hitch, out to the right-hand side, and a complete pass and a pickup of about 8 yards, and it looks as though that's going to be Denari Harris with the reception, setting up a short third down.
Yeah, again, he ran at the defender hard, 5 straight steps, backed the defender off, then turned around and hooked to receive the football. So it was a well-run play. He just wound up a little bit shy of the sticks.
Beaver Falls keeping everybody in tight. 14-0, the Tigers over the Lions. Bricks Rawl up in the fullback position. Buford in the tailback. And now there's a timeout on the field. It looks as though Tony Kulturi decided to call timeout, wants to speak with his defense about this. We'll give him a chance to do that. We'll come back with more on Beaver County Radio.
Everyone at Plasmeyer Towing in Elwood City is proud to help sponsor Beaver County Radio's broadcast of local games this football season. Plasmeyer Towing provides their customers with usable auto parts and pays top dollar for junk vehicles. They also offer low prices on towing services. Plasmeyer Towing Services, New Brighton, Elwood City, Beaver County, and Allegheny County. Plasmeyer Towing extends best wishes and safe travel to all the teams this season.
From the AK Nahas Appliance and Furniture Broadcast booth, we are broadcasting tonight's game. New Brighton hosting Beaver Falls, 14-0, 10:40 to go in the second quarter. It's a third and what looks to be two for Beaver Falls.
Yes, balls will be hiked from the right hash mark, so Beaver Falls does have a tight formation.
They do. Far side of the field. Deshaun Anderson, shotgun, inside handoff to Buford once again over the right-hand side. Easily is able to pick up the first down, gets that edge, and is able to get it down near the 20-yard line, very close to being inside the red zone.
Beaver Falls not afraid to pass the football, but their running game has really been successful. Beaver Falls had the ball for 7 minutes and 17 seconds in the first period, as opposed to New Brighton 4:43.
Wow.
And BF would just continue to like to run the football and run up time of possession.
And most of the game played from about the 40-yard line of Beaver Falls into New Brighton territory. Now Beaver Falls driving here. They set him up at the 24. First down, inside handoff once again to Buford up the middle, and a real nice gain. And now this time he is inside the red zone. He's setting up at the 19.
Yeah, again, he doesn't have to feel his way through the line of scrimmage. He runs through the line of scrimmage because his offensive line has opened up a hole. Then when he gets through the line of scrimmage, he makes a decision on which way to head.
What's really interesting is that they're not running over Samari McCord and Damian Lee that much to the left side. They're doing a lot up the middle and over to the right side. Deshaun Anderson in shotgun. D'Italian Buford on his left-hand side, one wide receiver. Buford up the middle over the right center and is able to pick up a couple of yards. Stood up right around the first down marker, and it looks as though the referees are waving them through another first down for Beaver Falls.
Because the ball was snapped from the right hash mark and because the sticks are on the far sideline, the BF sideline, it was very easy visualization for the side judge, and he just brings on the chain gang.
Looks as though Buford needs a little bit of a spell, catches his breath a little bit, and he is replaced by Bricks Rawl in the backfield with Deshaun Anderson.
Which is hard to believe that BF has two guys that good.
Two wide receivers to the right, two to the left, inside handoff to Bricks Rawl, and he is stuffed really quickly right up the middle. The New Brighton Lions just really keying on that, and a number of men in on the tackle.
Yeah, but he still pushed them back. By all rights, that he turned a -3 into a +3 by lowering his shoulders and keeping his legs moving.
Great run by Bricks Rawl for Beaver Falls.
And we should tell our listeners and our viewers, I think, now that I look at this screen,
yes,
our viewers can see that Beaver Falls can make a first down without making a touchdown. So I'm sure they'll use that in their offensive thinking.
Deshaun Anderson brings them to the line of scrimmage. Two wide receivers to the left, one to the right, inside handoff to Buford up the middle. And he's able to get that first down, really close to first down yardage, and he gets all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. He was not going to be denied on that. He was so close to being tackled, but just kept on plowing through, churning those legs.
But the whistle never sounded. That's the part to be remembered. And it winds up, I believe that will go as an 8-yard touchdown run for Beaver Falls. And, again, Buford just continues to plow forward. He is... You know, when he comes in with a head of steam, he can overpower defensive backs.
We are looking for a CCBC player of the game to name for each side, and it looks as though Buford is insistent that he get that honor. And what do you know, the Beaver Falls Tigers decide to go ahead and kick the extra point. New Brighton decided to stay on their side of the football for this particular kick.
Yeah, but the ball hit the left upright and rolled over to wind up being a good kick for Tony.
Whatever way you get it through, though. That's the part that matters. Just get it through. Coming back with more 21-0. Tigers of the Lions. Beaver County Radio.
J. Young Refuse in Industry is proud to be an integral part of Beaver County for the past 34 years. Featuring a wide range of recycling services for contracted areas, they are sure to help you get the job done. The J. Young Refuse team of professional drivers consistently exceeds safety and service throughout the day while their customer service representatives take professionalism to the next level. Call them today at 724-495-6199 with any questions you may have.
The Tigers winning today with 8:18 to go in the second quarter. It's 21-0. And the Lions looking to receive this kickoff from Tony and back deep, Mike Vion and Nazir Humphreys to return this kick. And New Brighton really needs just a drive, a first down or two to be able to show something at this point. Tony with the kick, and it goes to... It looks as though Nazir Humphreys has it, breaks it back over the right-hand side, is able to dodge a tackler, finally brought down right around the 34-yard line. So 1st and 10 for New Brighton at their own 34.
Tony himself, the kicker, makes the tackle. He's assisted by Braden Mulroy, the senior wide receiver and defensive back. But aggressive special teams work by Beaver Falls. Sometimes for the younger players, it's their only chance to get onto the pitch, and they want to make the most of it.
And this is just a difficult night for New Brighton. When it comes to running the ball, the defensive line for Beaver Falls is able to stop that. Passing, Brian Taylor having very little time in the backfield. He decides to fake the handoff to Mike Vion and then tries to break it up the left-hand side, slips on the grass, and is able to pick up a half, maybe 1 yard on the play.
If you're keeping defensive stats, there are no tackle points awarded on that play as it was a slip in the open field.
New Brighton looking for something to be able to get things going and looking for that first down. They have had one so far, but they're looking for clearly some real movement this drive. Nazir Humphreys on an inside handoff, trying to break a tackle, man around his ankles, and is able to get it out to about the 40-yard line. Really strong run, pick up a 4.
Yes, and again, it's been tough sledding. New Brighton's first drive, 57 seconds and a fumble. Second drive, 127 and a punt. Third drive, 219 and a punt. They only have 2 first downs, one on a pass and one on a scramble by Brian Taylor Jr.
And Mike Blackshear in on the tackle, grabbing Nazir Humphreys' ankle and just would not let go until fellow Tigers decided to swarm in. Taylor with the keeper decides to go over the left-hand side, able to get close to first down yardage. And the referee says he was successful on that third down run. Give him a first down, first and 10 from their own 45.
Brian Taylor Jr. showed good awareness. He was running to the wide side of the field, but because he was running towards the Beaver Falls bench area, he could visualize the sticks right in front of him. He had a very good awareness of what he wanted to pick up, and he did.
Brian Taylor looking to Tony Colturi for the sign for what play to call. Looks at his wrist now. Sets up the formation. 2 wide receivers wide to the right. That's a wide side of the field. Ball is on the 44 of New Brighton on the far hash. Man now in motion. Takes a snap, looking to his right. Pressure's coming hard. Intercepted out of the air. Number 3, D'Italian Buford with the interception and the run back for the touchdown.
I'm calling that 49 yards. It was right inside, but the problem was that's one I think that Taylor might want to have back, in that he threw it off his back foot. I mean, there was really no velocity on the pigskin, and it's just unfortunate for the Lions.
27-0 now, the Tigers over the Lions, and once he caught that ball, he could have run 100 yards with it. There was nobody even close to being able to stop him. What a night that Buford is having this evening. 3 touchdowns rushing today, and now a 4th touchdown on an interception return, and he accounts for all of the Beaver Falls Tigers touchdowns so far.
We'll take a look at that. I want to say Rawl had a 17-yard run with 3:51 to play in the first.
Okay.
But it's all good. I mean, the notable part about it is that he has done it on offense and defense. In the meantime, the kick goes wide right, so we're staying at 27-0.
27-0, the Tigers over the Lions. Back with more on Beaver County Radio.
Spotlight your future this fall at Community College of Beaver County. By attending our admissions showcases, you'll explore campus, talk one-on-one with professors, discover career and transfer-ready programs, and even enroll on the spot. Join us October 7th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Aviation Sciences Center in Chippewa to learn more about piloting, air traffic control, aerospace management, and the Aviation High School Academy. RSVP now at ccbc.edu/showcases.
Mike Azadian's on the sideline. Mike, what do you have?
Hey, guys, I'm standing down here. We have a handful of New Brighton players injured, and it is confirmed that Giante Moore has a concussion, and there's a couple other players down here, and I don't want to call them up by name, but there are a few guys that are ineligible to play as well as injuries, so that's why their roster is a lot less than it is.
Mike, I counted helmets from where I sit, when the ball snapped, it looks like New Brighton has 12 helmets on the sideline, which would mean to me a roster of 23.
Yeah, you're correct, and these gentlemen standing down here just can't play for one reason or other, but a concussion, they got to keep you out, and that's why Moore is out. You guys were talking about him earlier. That's confirmed.
That's what they teach you in concussion protocol. Yep. When in doubt, sit them out.
Exactly. There you go.
5 guys standing in front of us in jerseys without pads on. Members of the team just not able to play. New Brighton once again, 1st and 10 from their own 34, just as they started the last series. Just a few minutes later in the game, Beaver Falls, though, decided to jump. And
BF's guilty party doing push-ups. I don't think that's McCoy. I can't quite tell. No, it's actually Damian Lee wearing jersey 70. And that's BF's man. That's how they do things. 10 push-ups if you jump.
1st and 5 for New Brighton, and a flag. It looks as though they're back. They're marching themselves right back again. So we're back to a 1st and 10. I wonder if anybody from New Brighton's going to drop down and give us some push-ups.
It makes you wonder. I just have to do my best to call the numbers and the yards as well as I can, because I'm just not in the mood to do 10 push-ups if I mess up. So I'll keep trying. I'll keep trying to keep it straight.
I appreciate that, because I'm not dropping down in either. I have a difficult time just standing up 10 times, let alone push-ups. Are you kidding me? Brian Taylor in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Inside handoff. Nope, he fakes it, decides to keep it, running around the left-hand side, and Beaver Falls didn't bite.
Well,
they may have fooled me at first, but Beaver Falls wasn't fooled.
Yeah, but we talked about this before. Taylor's first rollout picked up 14 in a first down. In each one of the 4 since has had less yards. Beaver Falls has made the adjustment. They recognize that he has the ability to take off, and so they defense it.
It is now 2nd and 11. And New Brighton is at a point now to where they struggle to do much of anything. Whether it's running the ball, passing the ball, it has just been a difficult night. Beaver Falls has absolutely had their way at this point. 2nd and 11. Snap back, quick pass, incomplete. And Brian Taylor was looking for Ryan Boffo, just not able to connect.
Yeah, and what happens is the 2 wideouts were in fairly. You could make a case that he was also looking for Vion, because it connected. It landed between the 2 of them. But it is. I mean, I share New Brighton's frustration. I mean, I've been around football a long time myself. I'm not sure exactly what plays I would call right now for New Brighton against this Beaver Falls defense. It's a tough situation. New Brighton has probably thrown it 80% of the time, but the only problem when you do that is the clock doesn't get used up much, so Beaver Falls has plenty of time to run their own offense.
Taylor, shotgun, takes a snap, rolling to the right, looking for somebody, wants to see if he can get Zion, decides to decides to keep it for himself. Was looking for Mike V on it first and then decided to keep it and is able to get out to the 40-yard line. It is now 4th and 3 from the 40. And you got to wonder, are you going to go for it here, or do you go ahead and punt it away? And it looks as though Colturi is not all that clear about what he wants to do.
Well, the thing is for New Brighton is they're in a situation where their punter is also their quarterback.
Yes.
So anything can happen. So it's not like normally we would look to see, was the punter out in the field? Well, that's not the case. The punter has been on the field all night.
Yes, and Brian Taylor is in shotgun formation. He is not deep. Now, granted, he could poach it from this formation. I think what he's trying to do is get Beaver Falls to jump, takes a snap, rolling out to his left, has a man wide open, able to complete the pass to number 14, Jackson Zahn. He is a sophomore at 5'5", 140. He's in tonight because Deontay Moore, as Mike Azadian just said, is not able to play because of concerns about a head injury.
So he makes his presence felt. Everybody in New Brighton knows that young man's name now. Credit New Brighton for making something happen. It's not easy to take 4th and 3 from in your own territory and convert, but the Lions did. Clearly their biggest positive of the night.
1st and 10 now from Beaver Falls 20. First time they've been able to be this deep in the Beaver Falls territory. Brian Taylor looking for the snap, gets it, rolls out to his right-hand side, throws a quick one, trying to hit Ryan Boffo in the flat, incomplete pass.
And as we say so often in these games, once you're, and I guess I can't say I should say New Brighton a little bit outside of the so-called red zone at the 21.5, but when you're down there, the field shrinks. There's not as many places for wide receivers to come. That's when you sometimes try to power the ball. New Brighton's trying to hit quick slants and maybe get in that way.
New Brighton all night long trying to spread Beaver Falls out, and they run a lot of 3 and 4 wide receiver sets. Taylor, shotgun, looking over the right-hand side, the left-hand side, trying to get Jackson once again. Interception, though. Beaver Falls running it back. He's going to take it to the house.
Yeah,
number 11.
Yeah,
a high five as he's running.
Taylor,
Meech Taylor.
I'm calling that. 93 yards. He was at the 7-yard line. I was looking right at. He was right in between those yard markers. And worse for New Brighton, Taylor is shaking up a little bit on the play. I don't see any flags on the field, so I believe it's going to stand.
Yeah, when you're in man coverage, you may be able to get a little bit of air under the ball and then have your guy go up and make a play. But Beaver Falls was playing a deeper zone on that.
Right, because they know, again, there's only so much room on a football field.
Yes.
If he comes up with a 6-yard catch, that's fine. Beaver Falls was winning 20s. But let's see what happens here. They're talking to Tony Calciori. There is a flag down, as it turns out. Now, I think it may be Beaver Falls started to celebrate well before they got into the end zone.
Yeah, there was a high five that was given by Meech Taylor.
And not only that, is that Taylor pretty much came to a complete stop. I mean, he almost stopped running, and they're going to talk to Tony. You would let's see. You would like to believe that the touchdown is going to score.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
We do have instant replay here on our screen, but the bottom line, and again, we're not on the field. We can't say what was said and done, but it's just here. We're seeing a replay one more time. See, right here is the celebration, right at the 20-yard line. And that's pretty much where the flag was, on the 20.
Right, and
so
the referee
he does
called
slow
that.
down, yeah. So
it looks as though they're going to count the touchdown. And then the way that he was given the hand signals, maybe they're going to enforce the unsportsmanlike on the kickoff?
Yes, but the only thing is that it as of yet, that's going to make it 33-0. And also it looks like Beaver Falls will attempt to kick again. Now they have a player coming onto the field slowly. They're going to want to make sure that he's set before this kick goes up. I think that's Buford. But he's in there as a blocking back And Beaver Falls continually, here, let's count bodies. 1, it's hard to spot there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm actually coming up with 12, to be honest with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Enough confusion to where ultimately there was a penalty that was just called illegal procedure penalty.
Well, I think it was in the means in which they subbed. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 11 people on the field.
All right,
ready to go.
Tony is set for the kick. Holder is waiting for the snap. Ball back down, kick up, and the officials say the kick is good.
And we got one more flag now.
34-0.
Yeah, this is one. The ball was already through the uprights above the Lions' goalpost. Somebody clearly said something to somebody. It's just a question of what, and I guess we'll get that figured out on the ensuing kickoff.
And we'll find out what happened there coming up in a moment. 34-0. Tigers over the Lions. 3:01 to go in the first half. Back with more on Beaver County Radio.
The local McDonald's restaurants are proud to be partners with Beaver County Radio in sponsoring Beaver County high school football games all season long. Stop into any of the local McDonald's restaurants for everyday value items like 2 for $3 mix and match, sausage burritos, sausage McMuffin, and hash browns. Don't forget to download the app for extra special savings. Looking for a great part-time job? Text McHire.com today to apply. Good luck to all the Beaver County football teams this season from your local McDonald's restaurants. I'm loving it.
Let's go to Mike Azadian on the sideline. Mike?
If you can hear me down here. One of the assistant coaches, Dwight, for his players on the pass play, and they got tied up over here. There was really no unsportsmanlike conduct in front of me, but the players' helmets got stuck together. Other end, the ref couldn't see what happened. The celebration is great.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. So the Beaver Falls Tigers now are kicking off. Am I seeing this right, Bruce?
Yes,
They're
you
all
are.
the way at their own 10-yard line.
Well, that means 2 15-yard fouls. That's the 30 yards.
Yes, and it was recovered around the 49-yard line for Beaver Falls. Running up the middle, Mike Vion scampers, scoots, and scores. A kickoff return for a touchdown.
Yeah, I'll call it 43-yard lines because he was inside the 50-yard line.
He was just inside the 50, right around the 49 when he picked up that ball and was able to scoot and move himself about and just really ran right up the middle of the field to get that score.
Yeah, I think perhaps Beaver Falls was disoriented. You know, you're kicking off at your own 10. You're taking a look around and trying to see what's up, but that's not to discredit what Vion did. He pretty much split the middle and shot right up there to get New Brighton on the scoreboard. And I believe we're going to see Jesus Farina with the kick, wearing jersey number 6.
Jesus Farina is a foreign exchange student that just joined the squad this summer, a soccer player. And Tony Couturier said that he's been trying, he wants to play American football and has been practicing quite a bit, and a successful extra point attempt, and now the score, 34-7. The Tigers over the Lions. Back with more on Beaver County Radio.
In Beaver County, there are many great stories to tell. One such worthy story is that of the Drug-Free Community Support Program. Now in its 4th year of serving Aliquippa, the project has enjoyed great success through in-school interaction, education, raising awareness, and data analysis. The Drug-Free Community Support Program in Aliquippa has a mission to help local youth make better decisions regarding alcohol and drug use. For more information or to find out how you can get involved, visit Drug-Free Aliquippa on Facebook.
Do we have any scores? 34-7. The Tigers over the Lions. 2:49 to go in the first half. Coming up later on in the broadcast, we will have the CCBC players of the game, and we have some people who are contending for those honors. We'll get to those coming up. Kickoff, ball loose on the turf, and then picked up, and then running back up the left-hand side for a touchdown. Number 4.
Zazon McKelvey, I'm calling that 81 yards. He was just inside his own 20, and he took it to the house. Again, Zazon McKelvey, nobody's going to catch him from behind. He's a member of Beaver Falls' champion 4x400 relay. It's just not going to happen. So I call that a flag football touchdown. Nobody went close enough to grab his flag if it was flag football.
Absolutely not.
So
one of those deals to where the ball hits the ground, he had a difficult time getting control of it. You got to wonder if maybe New Brighton kind of slowed up a little bit. He was able to get it and then just broke it over to the near side of the field. He got it around the numbers on the near side, picked it up, and just darted right up the sideline, absolutely untouched, nobody close.
Yes, now it's up to see what Beaver Falls does. If Beaver Falls goes for 2 here, that sets off the proverbial 35-point clock.
And it looks as though they are going for 2.
Well, again, that would not start until the second half, but that's enough to put it into motion.
Deshaun Anderson, shotgun, man in motion, toss out to number 28, Bricks Rawl, able to get in and over the end zone, and now it is 42-7. The Tigers over the Lions with 2:32 to go in the first half.
Yeah,
More coming up.
Hi, this is Bob Barrickman here for Fry Transportation. When it comes to school buses in Beaver County, it sure is hard not to notice the shiny Fry Transportation fleet. Fry Transportation has been a local family-owned Beaver County business for over 30 years. As any successful football team must be dependable and reliable, these same qualities have made Fry Transportation a champion operation. Best wishes to all local teams and safe travels to the gridirons this season. From your friends at Fry Transportation.
From the Fry Transportation Update Desk, one score we have absolutely for certain is a game from last night where Union topped Shenango 40-8. Union after
our
a
man
loss last
Braylon
week.
Thomas, a former CCBC player of the game and a guest in our studio for Coach's Corner, I believe he threw for 4 and ran for 2 more. So that congrats to the Scotties. But I'll lay this one on you, is that this game has seen 21 points in 29 seconds.
Wow.
Beaver Falls had the interception at 3-0. Well, we'll get to it in a second after this kickoff.
Kickoff looks as though it's going out of bounds, and it
Pick
did.
it up! Oh my! It's Beaver Falls ball. Humphrey stood there and looked at it.
I thought it was going out of bounds. I think he thought it was going out of bounds.
But you can't think that. You got to know it. And that he stood there and watched as Beaver Falls dove on the football.
Let's get this wrist on replay. He's looking at it. It's not going anywhere. And then he walks away from it. He backs away from the ball.
That was not a punt. That was a kickoff.
Wow.
It's a tough way to learn that lesson, but that's what happened. I mean, it's basically...
He was backing away like he thought if Beaver Falls touched it, it would be down there. And just another mental error.
Right.
Beaver Falls now has the ball. First and 10. Ball's on the 15-yard line for New Brighton. And Deshaun Anderson back to pass, looking for somebody, scrambling, finds a man. And the referees are calling it a complete pass. It looks as though it's for first down yardage. Denari Harris on a great reception.
Yeah, and to get back to the original point is that Beaver Falls had the long interception return by Taylor at 3:01 to play in the second period, and then after that, it's New Brighton comes back with there's another turnover, and Beaver Falls scores with 2:32 left, and then. Oh, I'm so sorry. It was the kickoff return by Vion at 2:49. Bottom line is.
And we have another score.
Yeah, that's correct. So
Deshaun Anderson
we can really add
a
it
quick
up.
slant over to Mike Blackshear for 6.
Blackshear wearing jersey number 6, a straight slant in, goes unchecked. So 143. And what that means is, again, the two teams have combined for 4 touchdowns, roughly 28 points pending this outcome. 3:01 for Beaver Falls, 2:49 Vion runs the kickback, then 2:32 BF scores on their own, and then now 1:43. So in a minute 20, 4 touchdowns. And yet Taylor tries to anticipate the snap count again, but is offsides. You can see him on replay jump through the line. Wow.
They are scoring so fast you can't even recap the score.
Yeah, I am, but it does get confusing, particularly when you try to throw in how many yards it was. And that pass to Blackshear, I believe, was a 15-yarder.
Yes, it was. 15-yard slant pattern from Deshaun Anderson to Mike Blackshear. And the kick is up, and it is good. And now the Tigers of Beaver Falls are leading the Lions 49-7 with 1:43 to go in the first half. More on Beaver County Radio.
If you're a parent that's already watched plenty of youth baseball or soccer games, you know the value of teamwork. Whether it's the team on the field or your team of family members at home, strengthening that group can pay off in many ways. Keystone Wellness Programs is offering their free Strengthening Families program in Beaver County for families of children ages 10 to 14. Learn how to increase family bonding and communications, all while having fun together. Visit KeystoneWellnessPrograms.org for details.
Thank you. $1:43 to go in the first half, and it's all Beaver Falls tonight. 49-7 over the New Brighton Lions. The New Brighton Lions, the one bright spot has been Mike Vion, interception, and then a kickoff return for a touchdown. Other than that, it's all about Beaver Falls and the Tigers. Kickoff return by Nazir Humphreys. This time he decides to grab it and then is ultimately torn down at the 30-yard line. Just absolutely spiked into the ground practically from a jersey tackle, and it's now Beaver Falls going on defense. New Brighton will get it 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line with 1:34 to play in the first half.
Yeah, it's been an amazing situation. So, what the other thing to point out, I'm doing my best here. For Tony, the kicker, I now have him at 3 for 5. And I think for Beaver Falls, if they can get enough confidence in him in situations like this where they're clearly in command in the game,
yes,
it'll serve them when they get deeper into the season in October.
Brian Taylor, shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers right, left.
Blackshear tried to come in off the edge and was a little bit early.
Trying to set up a blitz and trying to predict the snap count. Wasn't able to do that. 1st now and 5 from the 36-yard line. So they're setting up at initially the 31. Got to get to the 41 for a first down. 1st and 5 from the 36. Brian Taylor, shotgun. 2 right, 2 left. Rolling out to his right. Trying to throw it back over to Mike Vion and broken up by number 11 on the play, Meech Taylor. Interception earlier for a touchdown, able to break up that play.
Yeah, and again, let's not kid ourselves. Taylor is a big guy at 6'0". He has good range, and he certainly shows very good lateral movement in defending that pass.
Let's take a look at the Fry Transportation Update Desk. How about this? Central Valley is leading Chartiers Valley 7-0. Aliquippa over Montour 14-6. Ambridge up 3 over Blackhawk 12-9. Avonworth 21. Hopewell nothing. Beaver topping South Park 7-0. Freedom 7-0 over Elwood City. Neshannock 14-0 over Western Beaver. And Moon is leading Penn Hills 7-0.
That's impressive because Moon's on the road.
And we are now back to a 1st and 10, which doesn't. Maybe I missed something, but I think the down yard marker is incorrect because it was a 2nd and 5 after an incomplete pass. Now they're still saying that it's 2nd down. I thought it was 3rd down.
They can change that, but the thing that we can tell ourselves is the yardage. New Brighton appears to be 2 yards shy of the stick. So let's see how they handle things as they hike it from the right hash mark.
They are on the 40-yard line. They need to get just about to the 41, maybe a little bit beyond. Taylor, shotgun, 2 running backs on either hip. Inside handoff, and it went absolutely
Damian
nowhere.
Lee just blows it up. He blows it absolutely sky high. he lowered his shoulder into the ball carrier. All right, let's go to the program. He is listed as 6'0", 285, and you've described his ability to perform in the weight room.
Oh.
It was just an absolute mismatch. New Brighton is plowed back, so it's now 3rd and long. New Brighton has 2 timeouts at its disposal. Beaver Falls has 3. Nobody's really used too many of them in this first half.
Heath Lewis tackled in the backfield, big loss.
New Brighton's going to let it drain the way I see it.
Yes, and it is 4-3. One of the concerns, though, going into halftime, we'll talk to Coach Nardone about this, Deshaun Anderson limping off the field. Let's see if we can check in with our own Mike Azadian as he tries to track down the head football coach for Beaver Falls. Mike?
Hey, guys. With Nick Nardone. Coach, a lot went right for you first half, especially in the running game with Bricks and Deshaun and your other running backs.
Yeah, they got big holes because the line is blocking their butts off, so all the credit goes to the line there. I mean, Bricks and Towser definitely run really hard, but the line in front of them is doing a great job tonight.
Talk to us push-ups. A lot of people have been talking about it. A mistake is made, guys just immediately go do push-ups.
Yeah, I mean, we just try to hold kids accountable. They know that. They hold themselves accountable.
Another thing I noticed from being on the sideline, your assistant coaches, they're every single getting guys out of control a little bit. Still coaching.
Yeah, we're not worried about the score. We're worried about being correct.
All right. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, guys. I know we're cutting pretty down the sidelines for Beaver.
Mike, thank you very much. Do appreciate that. 49-7. It is halftime here in New Brighton, and the halftime show begins in just a moment. We will be speaking with the AD of New Brighton, Joe Greco, coming up in just a few minutes right here on Beaver County Radio.
When accidents and injuries happen, you need the experience and insight of the legal team at Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly & George. Since 1934, they've been committed to the physical and financial recovery of personal injury victims. Why choose the law firm of Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly & George? Attorney Larry Kelly explains.
First of all, we've been AV rated by Martindale Hubble. It's the highest rating you can get for legal ability and ethics, and that comes from our peers. We have board-certified civil trial specialist, which is like another bar exam. Would you go to a doctor who is not board-certified? Probably not. I've always said, and I tell my daughters, I have 3 daughters who are attorneys. Those in the profession know. The lawyers of LGKG have the respect of our peers, and that's all I ever cared about.
For your free initial consultation, call the law firm of Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly & George at 724-658-8535 or online at lgkg.com. Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly & George, keeping promises for over 80 years. At Pittsburgh Bay's Goldberg, Persky & White, we've helped thousands of former Babcock & Wilcox and J&L Steel employees receive compensation for their asbestos-caused lung cancer or mesothelioma. Since the time from asbestos exposure to disease diagnosis spans decades, many do not realize their illness was caused by asbestos. To find out if you are entitled to compensation, call GPW today at 1-800-COMPLEX or visit online at gpwlaw.com.
The pregame show will set the stage for the upcoming game coverage. A pre-career start at the Beaver County Career and Technology Center can set up your high school student for life. I'm Vince Crateri, Public Relations and Marketing Specialist at the Beaver County Career and Technology Center with great news. There is still time for this school year in some of our top earning career training programs, but you must act now. Have your child or grandchild see their school counselor today. Hurry. Classroom space is limited, and these prime opportunities are on a first-come, first-served basis. Let the Beaver County CTC open doors for you in the game of life. Click bcctc.org.
The award-winning Grand Valley Inn on Route 51 in Falston provides a delicious family dining experience. Grand Valley Inn is a great place for a party or event. They have banquet rooms for small and large gatherings. Fish and Friday night football go great together in Beaver County. The Grand Valley Inn has great fish and seafood specials on Fridays, live music on the weekends through October, and trivia night on Thursdays. Follow Grand Valley Inn on Facebook to keep up with all the fun. That's Grand Valley Inn on Route 51 in Falston.
Hi, this is Bob Barrickman here for Fry Transportation. When it comes to school buses in Beaver County, it sure is hard not to notice the shiny Fry Transportation fleet. Fry Transportation has been a local family-owned Beaver County business for over 30 years. As any successful football team must be dependable and reliable, these same qualities have made Fry Transportation a champion operation. Best wishes to all local teams and safe travels to the gridirons this season. From your friends at Fry Transportation.
Spotlight your future this fall at Community College of Beaver County. By attending our admissions showcases, you'll explore campus, talk one-on-one with professors, discover career and transfer-ready programs, and even enroll on the spot. Join us October 7th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Aviation Sciences Center in Chippewa to learn more about piloting, air traffic control, aerospace management, and the Aviation High School Academy. RSVP now at ccbc.edu/showcases.
Are you a believer?
I am absolutely a believer.
And I'm a Bubba Beaver believer.
I'm the biggest Bubba Beaver believer.
All right, man, you got me.
Be a Beaver believer in a new Nissan. Get a new Rogue S for just $344 a month, or a new Ultima Premium package for only $386 a month. Plus guaranteed credit approval and the best certified pre-owned warranty.
Stop in and become a Bubba Beaver believer like me.
And me.
At Beaver County Auto.
In order to call the right play, you have to be able to communicate. Dental hygiene not only affects appearance and eating habits, it can also have an impact on your ability to speak clearly. Dr. C. Timothy Lip wants you to keep your teeth in the game, and he has a playbook designed for success so that you can call the right play or even call an audible. Get suited up for a win, or at least a winning smile, by joining Dr. C. Timothy Lip's team in Beaver Falls or Robinson Township. Visit lipdentistry.com.
As an athletic director, do you see football as being like the motor that drives the wheel of athletics, if you will, in high schools and especially at Rochester?
So we talk about it. First of all, Coach Gene does a tremendous job. Glad he's on, still around, and hopefully be with us for a while. Appreciate everything he does for our program. Gene and I talk about it all the time. We just talk about, since it's the beginning of the year and most of our kids are multi-sport athletes, having success in football kind of carries it over to the next sports in the winter and spring. So you can always have a good, successful football season. It breeds winning, and then winning carries on into the other sports. So it definitely gives it a nice, vibe for the school year.
There are some school districts, mainly larger ones, that have athletes that really focus on one sport. You talked about how Rochester, a lot of these kids are playing multiple sports. What is the value that you see as athletics, as developing individual character, and helping encourage young men and women, for that matter, to play more than one sport?
I graduated from Rochester, so I've been in Rochester my whole life and played multiple sports. I just think each sports give you a different aspect of agility, a different coaches that you're dealing with, just different perspectives, like you said, that I think it's great for life in general. I mean, sports, it's the old cliche that sports help out in life itself, winning and losing, and just being able to be teamwork. I mean, all those things. And I just think playing multiple sports really helps out in the process.
There are a lot of different distractions and other things that are pulling young students' attention away from athletics. How do you address the struggle in enticing these students to come out and participate in junior high and high school athletics?
Yeah, that's a great question. And that's some things that, as we continue to go on in the future, that it's going to be a problem that we're going to have to try to fix and mend. Our numbers are a little low in our junior high sports as well. And the cause of that is, like you said, there's just so many other other avenues that the kids are getting pulled. I just think with our success as in sports and extracurricular activities, I just think that a lot of kids still want to participate and just winning. I mean, wanting to be on a winning team and just like you said, I just think sports are a great avenue to help. And we try to preach that to the kids. I mean, to me, you play sports, you have less time out to do other things that might get you in trouble. So I think if you're around teammates and around coaches that are great role models, we have all of our coaching staff at Rochester. I commend them all. They're great role models for our students. And I just think our students see that they see how the coaches appreciate them and how they work with them, coaching them to win a sport, but also coaching them to win at life. So I just think we have great programs that kids, hopefully our numbers will, stay consistent throughout the, future.
Speaking of those programs, when you think about football and you think about aggression that you have to be willing to have from the snap of the ball to the whistle, there are many others that say, I just don't have that natural aggressive instinct. Are there those programs so that no matter what may be your personality type, there's an athletic endeavor that you can engage in and thrive in and learn from?
I believe so. I think as a small district, I think we have a lot of sports that we offer. One that we just started last year, we started our cross country. That has really taken off, and the kids are starting to buy in and participate. We have golf. I just think we have a lot of different sports that kids feel that it doesn't have to be football. It could be other sports that you play that can teach you different values, and also if you're not the aggressive type, you can use your talents for other sports.
Bradley Verico, the athletic director at Rochester, joining us at halftime. Thank you very much for your time, sir. I do appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good one.
When accidents and injuries happen, you need the experience and insight of the legal team at Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly & George, a law firm of AV-rated attorneys and super lawyers. Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly & George, helping you put your life back together. Attorney Joe George.
You worry about getting better. You worry about taking care of the medical side of things. We'll take care of all the legal side. I don't want you worrying about whether a letter needs to go out to an insurance company. You worry about getting to your doctor's appointments. You worry about getting your physical therapy appointments. You worry about getting better. If you have to have surgery, you worry about take you back and forth to the surgical center or the hospital. And all those things, I try to put my client at ease from the standpoint of, look, this is where things are going to go. You just worry about getting there on your side of things.
For your initial consultation, call the law firm of Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly & George at 724-658-8535 or online at lgkg.com. Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly & George, keeping promises for over 80 years.
At Pittsburgh-based Goldberg, Persky & White, we've helped thousands of former Babcock & Wilcox and J&L Steel employees receive compensation for their asbestos-caused lung cancer or mesothelioma. Since the time from asbestos exposure to disease diagnosis spans decades, many do not realize their as find out a compensation. Call GPW today at 1-800-COMPLEX or visit online at gpwlaw.com. In Beaver County, there are many great stories to tell. One such worthy story is that of the Drug-Free Community Support Program. Now in its fourth year of serving Aliquippa, the project has enjoyed great success through in-school interaction, education, raising awareness, and data analysis. The Drug-Free Community Support Program in Aliquippa has a mission to help local youth make better decisions regarding alcohol and drug use. For more information or to find out how you can get involved, visit Drug Free Aliquippa on Facebook.
Hey, Beaver County High School football season is here. Players protect that beautiful smile with a visit to your hometown dentist, Dr. Peter Montini and his team at St. Barnabas Dental. While tackling tooth decay is number one in the game plan, Dr. Montini offers a wide array of services, including custom-fitted athletic mouth guards, clear aligner orthodontics, virtually painless injections, and same-day crowns. Call or text 724-495-3350 to schedule your appointment today. St. Barnabas Dental in Beaver, creating beautiful smiles for life.
It's football season, and if you can see the Aquaman of Beaver County heading deep on a fly route to the end zone, it shouldn't surprise you. This is Jim Riggio, the Aquaman of Beaver County from the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority. Why, you ask? It's obvious. Going deep or the full distance for our customers, no matter what we are up against, is in our game plan. Now, what isn't quite is getting beat into it for the Aquaman from Authority. And looky here, I'm wide open, that is, to doing whatever it takes to serve you. Click bfwater.net.
As an athletic director, do you... 49-7. Beaver Falls, the Tigers over the Lions from New Brighton. Let's check the Fry Transportation Update Desk one more time with scores. Central Valley over Chartiers Valley, 7-0. Any thoughts on that game?
Well, it's just closer than you would have thought, that's all. But Central Valley, again, they're breaking a new quarterback. They had heavy graduation losses. They're going to keep playing hard.
Another big game, Aliquippa and Montour. A lot of people talking about this one. Aliquippa up on top, 14-6.
Yeah, well, I personally thought it would be Aliquippa in a runaway because they blasted them twice a year ago, once in a regular season at Burco Stadium and once in the playoffs. But credit Montour and their quarterback, they're staying close from what we gather.
Ambridge and Blackhawk, it's 12-9, Ambridge on top.
Yeah, two teams learning how to win, so that'll be a close game down at Mo Rubenstein.
Avonworth, who was able to top Central Valley. Avonworth over Hopewell, 21-0.
Yeah, no surprise there as it's a shutout at the half.
Beaver 7-0 over South Park.
Well, this is what we talked about because in Beaver's conference, so many teams are from outside the area, South Park and West Mifflin and people of that ilk. It's hard to get a handle on who is what, but if Beaver can hang on and defeat the Eagles, that would be great for them.
A one-score game with Freedom and Elwood City. Freedom up 7-0.
Yeah, how about that? Coach Bradley's offense, I'm sure, will kick into gear, but that's a good run down at the half. But again, and the other thing on a personal note, this is really tough in that tomorrow there's a situation where there's a funeral service at Sewickley Academy at 1 o'clock for the late, great Winifred Wynn Palmer, longtime Sewickley Academy coach, athletic director. Not only did he win multiple championships, state championships in both boys basketball and boys golf here in the PIAA, he also had 4 more state titles as a high school coach in Virginia. It's a pretty impressive record, but more than that is the way he handled himself with class and dignity. You couldn't ask for an easier interview. You couldn't ask for more help on who the starters were. And in general, even though I coach at a school going directly against him head-to-head, I had the ultimate respect for the guy, and it's very devastating to see his passing.
2 more scores, Neshannock, Western Beaver. Neshannock up 2 touchdowns, 14-0.
Yeah, so that's obviously at Neshannock because Western doesn't have lights. And credit Moon for leading Penn Hills on the road. Penn Hills has a ton of athletes.
Coming up, we will check in with Tony Kulturi. He will be interviewed by our own Mike Azadian. In the background, you are listening to the New Brighton Band. How about this one? Quick little note. Travis Davis, not only does he play on both sides as a senior, 5'10", 175, offensive line, defensive line, he has the dirt on his uniform to show for it. He's also marching in the band at halftime.
Yeah, he's a trombone player. They just got done, I believe it was a medley of Bon Jovi hits, but I heard him out there saying, "You give love a bad name." He was playing, and they featured him as a solo.
Second half kickoff coming up next on Beaver County Radio.
Al's Corner is not just fast. You are right. They offer gas, of course, but snacks every day. They make fresh subs on their homemade bread daily. They offer like Taco Tuesday, Fish Friday, plus salads, to mention a few. Whether dinner, make a visit Koppel. Planning Grill House today to place your order. May your party be the envy of your family and friends. Follow them on Facebook for their daily specials. That's Al's Corner on the corner off Route 18 and 351 in Koppel.
Are you a believer?
I am absolutely a believer.
And I'm a Baba Beaver believer.
But I'm the biggest Baba Beaver believer.
All right, man, you got me.
Be a Beaver believer in a new Nissan. Get a new Rogue S for just $344 a month, or a new Ultima Premium package for only $386 a month. Plus guaranteed credit approval and the best certified pre-owned warranty.
Stop in and become a Baba Beaver believer like me. And me.
At Beaver County Auto.
No matter what the circumstances, no matter the reason, one of the few things that is left when a loved one passes on are the memories. Staging those memories in an honoring way is one of the reasons so many people have chosen J&J Spratt Funeral Home. A person's legacy depends on a lifetime of accomplishments and then how they are remembered. J&J Spratt Funeral Home has helped start the process of creating positive legacies for over 70 years. Visit JJ Spratt, FH.com. Joseph and
Being part of a credit union is like being part of a team where everyone plays and, more importantly, everyone wins. This is Cindy Hiladio for Friendly Federal Credit Union. If you need a loan, it's game time. Visit Friendly Federal Credit Union in Baden, Ocala. Follow us on Facebook or Twitter or click friendlyfcu.org. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Friendly Federal Credit Union. You got a friend.
It's football season, and if the Aquaman of Beaver Flyer, this is Jim Riggio, the Aquaman of Beaver County from the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority. Why, you ask? It's obvious. Going deep or the full distance for our customers, no matter what we are up against, is in our game plan. Now, what isn't quite so simple is getting my web feet into a pair of those cleats. This is the Aquaman from the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority. And looky here, I'm wide open that is, to doing whatever it takes to serve you. Click bfwater.com.
49-7. The Tigers over the Lions. Beaver Falls topping New Brighton. Coming up tomorrow, no Geneva game, no high school game. However, the backyard brawl is in full effect. Pitt is at West Virginia. We will have the pregame at 5:30, kickoff set at 7:30.
Well, yeah, the other thing is I believe it's the fourth and final WBVP car cruise up at our studio up on Dutch Ridge Road. So nice. That always generates a lot of excitement in zip code 15009.
Also, next week, Newcastle is at Central Valley. That will be our game. Newcastle really struggling from last season. Continue to have struggles this year as well. A little disappointing as my alma mater went to Newcastle, graduated 86, and not the winning ways as of late that they have had in their historical.
Right. Stacy Robinson took over as coach a year or two ago, and it hasn't gone according to plan for them. But it's a section contest. They'll be prepared to play. They want to win the game also.
All right, let's talk a little bit about this game. If you are Coach Nardone and you're up 49-7, do you just bring in the second teamers at this point? What do you tell the kids?
I give the starters one set of downs. New Brighton does get the football to start the half off, so I would give Beaver Falls. I guess I don't know. I'm not a real well versed. I don't want to coach from the press box,
okay.
but I would think that BF was going to rest some people. It's just this game is just unfortunate how one-sided. This game was last really relevant. Oh, there's Coach Nardone.
Yes. Oh, actually. Mike is down there with Tony Colteri. Mike.
Okay, it is.
Yeah. Hey, sorry, Bruce. Sorry to interrupt your important things. But, hey, Coach, I know it was a tough first half, but you had that real nice pass play that got you guys down toward the goal line. And you had a couple other nice plays, too. The run back for the touchdown. So there were some positives.
Yeah, there's some positives. We're just few and far between. We need to get some momentum and limit the mistakes that we're making, both alignment and penalties-wise.
Brian Taylor's played well running the ball. You've had a little bit of success running the ball, but like you said, it's mistakes. And how do you get the younger kids to stop making mistakes?
I think it's just getting more experience on Friday night and them getting belief and confidence in the scheme.
One big thing, and a lot of people ask this, and I'll ask it too, is what has to happen to get more kids to come out? Because it's depth that's hurting you guys.
Yeah, absolutely, it's depth. I mean, I don't know that. I don't have a great answer for that. I think we need community pride in the program and to get our best athletes out.
Well, I think you guys are doing the best job you can with the kids. I look forward to a good second it's tough. Like I know here, the Beaver Falls coaches coaching the kids up. If they're making mistakes at 49-7, they're letting them know about it. New Brighton's still learning. A lot of these kids still learning down here, and it's a matter of they all have to pull together, and they need.
Mike, thank you very much. Do appreciate that. You got to wonder what you tell your kids at halftime when you're losing 49-7 to keep them mentally in the game and just not give up with 2 quarters still to play.
Stay on sides. Don't commit penalties. They just have an awful lot of work to do. They've made it's tough. I don't want to sit here and belittle high school players. It's not good. It's just they've had some things. They've just made some serious mistakes. It's probably the best general phraseology I could use.
And we have to give it to Beaver Falls. I mean, there's tremendous talent on both sides of the ball. At the line of scrimmage, clearly, as they are led by Samari McCoy, Damian Lee, Damiano Sims, Malachi West, and Tarek Milner on the offensive side. And you flip it back around. Great play from their linebackers, great play from their defensive backs, the skill players. I mean, all the way around, yeah. Beaver Falls is just a stacked team.
I said it on the pregame. I think New Brighton's in the wrong place at the wrong time. Beaver Falls reeling after 2 close losses. They want to take it out on somebody, and it just happens to be New Brighton. But this game, the best game I can remember in this series was 2001. It was played on September 17th, 2001. It was the first game back after the terrorist attack, and I believe it went overtime at Beaver Falls. Juddy Shiro won it, but that game was an epic.
Something tells me that you could repeat that entire game back.
Oh, it was a Monday night at BF. It was awesome.
Mike Vion tackled on the return, kicked by Tony, and they'll start their drive right around the 20-yard line. New Brighton with the ball. Coming up after the game, the Falcones Moon Township Ford wrap-up show.
Yes.
This is a great show. You have a lot of fun doing this show, don't you?
Oh, no doubt about it. We respect responsible parties from all over the valley. Our classic phrase is, if you don't think your team gets enough attention in the media, here's your chance. Give us a call and say what you think is good about your particular squad or any squad as far as that goes.
New Brighton 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. They're on the near hash mark. And once again, Brian Taylor in at quarterback. Shotgun formation.
Yeah, there's movement.
Yeah,
it's just a question of who.
And it's offsides. What we have is an official call, offsides on Beaver Falls to start the game.
Right, but BF also has a complete new defensive line in there. I'll get Sincere Freeman is out there. Terrence Banks, I see him out there. The nose man appears to be Anthony Brigham. Also defensively out there is Tariq, if I'm saying that right, Milliner. And they do have new players in across the board. I believe it's a totally new defense.
It looks that way. I don't see one starter in for Beaver Falls. So Coach Nardone giving them plenty of opportunities to get some quality reps.
Yeah.
And a great stop on first down.
Right.
It was a 1st and 5 because of the encroachment penalty, and they were able to back them up a yard, maybe 2, to tackle the backfield.
Braden Mulroy is the free safety. It looks like Petey Pugh's back there is the strong safety. And the corner on this side is Denari Harris. Inside linebacker Christian Dawkins. So it is new bodies defensively for BF.
Brian Taylor, shotgun formation, running back to his right hip on the near hash. Gets a snap, looks to his left, quick slant out, completed pass, number 14, Jackson Zahn on the reception, picks up what looks to be 2, maybe 3 yards on the play, setting up a 3rd and short, manageable 1, maybe 2.
Yeah, Zahn made the reception with his back to Beaver Falls, but he was unable to slide forward. BF pushed him back to preserve the sticks.
So 3rd and 2 yards to go, we'll call it. They have to get really close to the 30-yard line. Brian Taylor looking over the defense, everybody's set, and now a reset, and then here comes a penalty.
Yeah, motion on New Brighton.
This is something that New Brighton struggled with last week. They had over 20 penalties last week.
Yep. Well, I don't have a figure on it now, but they've had some at some untimely situations. But again, these are things you have to just work on.
Yeah, you go from third and very manageable to third and long, and now Taylor scrambling, running, looking for somebody, deciding to keep it, breaks it up the right-hand side, puts his head down, tries to get to the first down marker, and according to the official on the far side, he is waving them through. You got to give it to Brian Taylor. There isn't a whole lot out there, but he makes the most of what he can.
Yeah, that's for sure, particularly with the additional 5 thrown in because of the flag. So he is doing his best to make lemonade out of lemons in that situation offensively.
And that's something about this team, that even though the score is 49-7, that they are still giving it their all. They're playing each down as though it's a brand new game, and that there are opportunities here, and you got to give it up to them and to the coaching staff to be able to draw that out of these kids. Brian Taylor, shotgun, one wide right, one left, tight end to the left, running back to his right side, takes a snap, looking over to the right for Mike Vion, has him on a hitch, but number 2, what a great defensive play by number 2, Denari Harris, to break up that pass.
Yeah, Harris came up with a hard hit, simply separated the football from Vion, so it goes as an incompletion, and it makes it 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 from around the 30. They've got to get to the 40 for a first down. Brian's looking over to Coach Colturi, who's signaling in place. Mike Vion is on the far wide side of the field, covered in man coverage with the safety over the top. Beaver Falls playing 2 deep safeties, inside handoff, up the middle.
Yeah.
Nice run by Nazir Humphreys, able to get out close to the 35-yard line, but a flag is on the play.
Yeah, we'll wait and see how that plays out. It looked from here like a simple dive into the line. The officials appear to be positioning back towards New Brighton.
Yes, and Beaver Falls players are applauding. It looks as though there was an illegal substitution call, and the officials getting themselves to get pretty busy as the evening progresses. Tony Lascola, the referee. Head linesman is Darren Bauer. Side judge is Kurt Frazier. The umpire, Eric Susich. Line judge, Kevin Malone. And the field judge is Michael Spagnolo. Brian Taylor looking at a 2nd and 15 now because of the penalty. Both wide receivers are over to the right near side of the field. He's back to pass, looking, trying to find someone, deciding to tuck it and run. Makes one man miss, but 2 other Beaver Falls Tigers are able to wrap him up and push him back. He stays on his feet, then driven out of bounds.
Yeah, and again, they stood Taylor up, and when you do that, you have to really hang on to the football, because the defenders, when they have you stood up, they try to wrestle the ball away from you, but he did a good job to hang on to that. And it's still New Brighton facing another one of these 3rd and long situations on its first possession of the second half. Again, the clock continues to run. You know, we're approaching the halfway mark of this 3rd period, and New Brighton's probably only run 5 or 6 snaps. But that's how things go with the 35-point clock in effect.
Brian Taylor picking up 6 on that play, setting up a 3rd and 9, high snap, pumps it, looking. He gets a lot of pressure, able to get out of the pressure, tucks it and runs over the left-hand side, puts his head down, and just runs into a Beaver Falls Tiger.
Yeah.
Brian Taylor running with determination and force.
Yeah.
Brought down short of the first down marker, though.
Yeah, that's remarkable. That's as exciting a 3-yard run as you're going to see, because Beaver Falls had him by the forearm. You could see his arm bend back, but that wasn't the arm with the football, so he hung on to it. But again, as we've talked about before in this broadcast, with Taylor being the punter and the quarterback both, anything can happen on a 4th and 6. The problem for New Brighton is that they're only at their own 35-yard line, and they don't really want to turn it over to BF. But apparently, unless they draw them offside, apparently they're going for it.
Yeah, Brian Taylor is in traditional shotgun formation. Oftentimes they do drop back a couple of yards to be able to have a pooch punt. Doesn't look as though he's doing that. Fades back the pass, rolling out to his right-hand side, looking for Mike Vion, decides to keep it, runs up over the left-hand side, over the right-hand side, gets it past the 45-yard line, able to get that first down. Tremendous running by Brian Taylor to get that first down and keep the sticks moving.
I'm not going to lie to you. That was my guess that's what New Brighton wanted to do all along. I didn't really see too many deep patterns or it just seemed like they wanted the receivers to keep the defense honest and have the quarterback take off and run as best he could, and he made a great play out of it.
Mike Vion is by himself, already getting into formation as the huddle is being called, and Brian Taylor is making the call, slowing things down a little bit instead of more into the a hurry up, but trailing 49-7. It really isn't about being able to score enough to be able to get back in this game with 4:35 and a running clock. And the clock will continue to run regardless because of the 35-point rule that's in effect. He takes a snap, fakes the inside handoff, keeps it himself, calls a zone number out to the sideline, gets thrown out of bounds, and it's a pickup of 1, maybe 2 yards on the play.
The problem for New Brighton is the clock continues to run while he's out of bounds.
Yeah, it doesn't make a difference whatsoever. Bruce, thank you very much for being a part of the broadcast. He is heading over for the Falcone Moon Township Ford wrap-up show back at the studios coming up right at the end of this game. New Brighton set up 2nd and 8 from their own 48-yard line. Brian Taylor, shotgun formation, 2 running backs, hands it off to Nazir Humphreys up the middle. He got some room, breaks him over the left-hand side, close to first down yardage. Looks as though the referees are going to say, yes, he did pick that up. Great run by Nazir Humphreys, able to make a couple of defenders miss as he was dancing and spinning up through the middle of the field. Great run by Nazir Humphreys. Brian Taylor, 1st and 10 from the Beaver Falls 44. Shotgun formation, handoff to Nazir Humphreys once again over the right-hand side. He gets grabbed by his jersey and then reaches back, trying to stiff arm the defender, not able to break that tackle, but he does pick up 4 yards on the play, setting up a 2nd and 6 for New Brighton from the Beaver Falls 40-yard line. You got to love the passion that New Brighton is coming out in this. They are not giving up. They have plans in place. They want to be able to score. They want to be able to continue to play as best they can. Great hitch pattern once again. Pass from Brian Taylor to number 14, Jackson Zahn, on a quick hitch, able to get that first down. And they continue to move the chains ever closer, deeper into Beaver Falls territory, as they now have a 1st and 10 from the Beaver Falls 26-yard line. Taylor now looking over to the sideline, wanting to know what Tony Colturi wants him to call. Gets his players lined up. Inside handoff, up the middle. Tremendous run by Heath Lewis, and then driven back with authority by number 18, Jawan Williams, on the tackle by Beaver Falls. But still, a pickup of about 3 yards on the play, setting up a 2nd and 7, 1:55 to go on a running clock. Beaver Falls up 49-7. Tremendous performance throughout the course of the evening by the Beaver Falls Tigers, led by their running backs, Brix Rawl and especially D'Italian Buford. We'll give you more details about that in a moment. 2nd and 7 here. Back to pass. Finds Mike Vion. Does he have him? No. Pass broken up at the very last moment. Number 7, Cash Edwards, in on the play. Cash Edwards, they're running their 2nd team for the most part here at Beaver Falls, now that they're leading 49-7, giving some good quality snaps to their backups, who they're going to need to depend on as this conference play continues. 1:05 to go in the 3rd quarter. Back to pass, rolling to the right, looking for somebody just short of Mike Vion. The pass just not quite there by Brian Taylor to Mike Vion, and it now sets up a 4th down play. 4th and 7. The ball is on the Beaver Falls 24-yard line. The ball's on the near hash mark. Taylor is looking to Colturi, wanting to know what the play is. 2 wide receivers to the right. Vion and Zahn are stacked there. Tight end to the left-hand side. And Heath Lewis at Taylor's hip. He decides to keep it for himself or runs it, gets the first down the sideline, close to the end zone, inside the 5. And now a penalty on the play. The referee clearly, after the play was over, throwing the flag high into the air, demonstrating that there was a clear penalty, and it looked as though it is post-whistle. And now we're just waiting for the call. What a run by Brian Taylor. He was scrambling to his right, looking for a receiver, unable to find the receiver, and decided to tuck it and run, and then got driven out of bounds inside the 5, but it looks as though the referee just called an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against New Brighton. Mike Azadian on the sideline. Mike, did you see that penalty and what it may have been on?
You know what? It was almost impossible to tell, but it looked like a late hit. Or no, it could have been a late hit because New Brighton had the ball. It was out of my sight down on the corner. I just couldn't see. I thought maybe he scored a touchdown, but maybe, I don't know. It's just a guess on my part.
All right, we're back to first down now. Timeout is now being called. 1st and 10. The ball is on the 20. That is the end of the third quarter. 49-7. The Tigers over the Lions on Beaver County Radio.
After any big game, people will be talking. This is Ellen Barras from Falcone's Moon Township Ford. The same is true when you get your new vehicle from Falcone's Moon Township Ford. Neighbors, friends, and co-workers will notice the new winning style reflected in the car, truck, or SUV you just got from Falcone's Moon Township Ford. Located on University Boulevard, across from Robert Morris. Click and save at moonford.com and discover what the talk is all about. Falcone's Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends.
Okay. $49-7. The Tigers of Beaver Falls over the Lions of New Brighton. Coming up tomorrow, it's college football, and it's big-time college football. It's the Backyard Brawl. Pitt and West Virginia. Pregame at 5:30. Kickoff is set for 7:30 right here on 99.3 FM and 12:30 AM WBVP, and you can also listen on Beaver County Radio. Next week, it's Newcastle and Central Valley. They're playing at Central Valley, and that will be on both of our stations, BVP and MBA, and you can also watch on Facebook and on YouTube. We are now starting the fourth quarter. New Brighton handoff. Over the left-hand side, Heath Lewis with the ball, trying to get somewhere, not able to get much on that whatsoever. No gain on the play as he was trying to go over left tackle. Beaver Falls able to stop that. Once again, Beaver Falls up 49-7, and they have been running their second teamers the entire time. New Brighton has had the ball the entire second half so far because of the running clock. Brian Taylor looking over the right-hand side, looking for a receiver, finds him. It looks as though Mike Vion was able to get that reception for a touchdown. Mike Vion once again, what a play. Able to beat his man in man coverage. If we can, let's see if we can see that again. Fireworks are going off for that touchdown reception by Mike Vion. Brian Taylor, back shoulder pass. And now we're looking at a score of 49-13. 49-13. The Tigers over the Lions. They're setting up for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick. Officials say it's good. 49-14. Tigers over the Lions on Beaver County Radio.
It's football season, and if you can see the Aquaman of Beaver County heading deep on a fly route to the end zone, it shouldn't surprise you. This is Jim Riggio, the Aquaman of Beaver County from the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority. Why, you ask? It's obvious. Going deep or the full distance for our customers, no matter what we are up against, is in our game plan. Now, what isn't quite so simple is getting my web feet into a pair of those cleats. This is the Aquaman from the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority. And looky here, I'm wide open that is, to doing whatever it takes to serve you. Click bfwater.com.
Coming up after the game, we will be announcing the CCBC players of the game. And for New Brighton, there are two clear contenders, Brian Taylor, the quarterback, and also Mike Vion, the wide receiver. Mike Vion, an interception and 2 touchdowns, both of the touchdowns for New Brighton. A kickoff return for a touchdown, and then that back shoulder pass reception for a touchdown. Mike Vion, really impressive once again this week. Also, Brian Taylor just willing his team down the field through much of that drive. Beaver Falls getting the kickoff, returning it back to about the 33, 34, 35-yard line. Beaver Falls 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Ball will be set up on the far side of the field. The Fry Transportation Update Desk. Here are the latest scores. 14-6 Central Valley over Chartiers Valley. Aliquippa 14-6 over Montour. Ambridge and Blackhawk still at 12-9. Avonworth 21. Hopewell nothing. Beaver and South Park, it's 21-17 Beaver over South Park. Elwood City now coming back against Freedom, scoring 28 straight to take the lead, 28-7 over Freedom. More scores coming up in a moment. Looking at Beaver Falls and the way things are set up, looks as though Caden Brickner is in the shotgun formation, taking the snap, inside handoff to his running back up the left-hand side, and he is gone. Running away from absolutely everyone, number 15, Sincere Freeman. Nobody touched him. He broke it over the left-hand side, found the sideline, and then just sprinted up the sideline. And the further he ran, the further he was able to make distance between he and the nearest defender. Now Beaver Falls 55-14, 10:27 to go in the third quarter. Other scores around the valley, Neshannock and Western Beaver. Western Beaver coming back against Neshannock. It was 14-0, now it's 20-14, 20 unanswered points for Western Beaver. Moon 7, Penn Hill 0, West Allegheny 33-0 against Newcastle. Mohawk 17-0 over Riverside, and Southside rolling past Northgate 41-6. It is now 57-14, 10:27 to go in the game. Back with more on Beaver County Radio.
Now that the sights and sounds of summer are fading in your rearview mirror, there's still time to enjoy your classic car and turn heads this fall. Restore your cherished ride to its former glory and call Gnu's Body Works in Freedom. Gary Snare has been offering collision and restoration services for over 20 years. Everything from lowering or airbagging your rod or street custom to full custom color paint, Gnu's also handles collision and general repairs. Say hello to cooler weather with the hottest car around. Call Gnu's Body Works, 408th Street in Freedom.
57-14, 10:27 to go in the fourth quarter. Beaver Falls and New Brighton. Beaver Falls winning this game handily, absolutely dominating performance throughout the entire first half. They had the ball for mere seconds in the second half. Their lone possession, one quick handoff up the left-hand side, and they were able to score a touchdown. Now the kickoff from Beaver Falls to New Brighton. Two different players muffing the return. One got it, dropped it, and then another player got it, dropped it, and finally, you know what, how about if we just pounce on it and just lay here, let somebody come over here and touch us, and then we'll just reset and go from there. So now we have New Brighton. They are 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line. Timeout on the field by New Brighton. We'll take a little timeout too if we can. We'll come back with more Beaver County Radio.
In Beaver County, there are many great stories to tell. One such worthy story is that of the Drug-Free Community Support Program. Now in its 4th year of serving Aliquippa, the project has enjoyed great success through in-school interaction, education, raising awareness, and data analysis. The Drug-Free Community Support Program in Aliquippa has a mission to help local youth make better decisions regarding alcohol and drug use. For more information or to find out how you can get involved, visit Drug-Free Aliquippa on Facebook.
(57-14). Beaver Falls Tigers over the New Brighton Lions. Coming up next week, Newcastle, Central Valley, pregame 6:30, kickoff at 7 o'clock. And then next Saturday, Geneva is on the road at Case Western Reserve, and we will have that game for you, 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff on Saturday right here on Beaver County Radio. Snap back, inside handoff, Nazir Humphreys fumbles the ball, and Beaver Falls falls on it. It's just been that kind of a night for New Brighton. Number 13, Seth Mendenhall, freshman quarterback, coming into the game, and handed it off to Nazir Humphreys. Nazir Humphreys hit the hole, and the ball was stripped, and now it's Beaver Falls football. 1st and 10 from New Brighton's 33. There is a timeout on the field, timeout called by Beaver Falls. Mike Azadian, let me go down to you. For anybody who's interested in being able to go back and take a watch and listen to your Coach's Corner from Wednesday, you had Elwood City Wolverines on with head coach Dan Bradley. What was that like?
Well, I'll tell you what, Dan has been around, coached at Stowe Rocks, coached at Amherst, won a WPL title with Our Lady of Sacred time, and I'm for them. And we had a good conversation with them and their players. It was a very good show.
Thank you very much, Mike. A little bit of a technical issue. Hopefully we can get this thing squared away. But head coach Dan Bradley, along with his quarterback Chris Smiley there, and then two-way players Luciano Gagrick and Michael Walters, and even Twiddle was there as well. Our own Mike Azadian was hosting, and you can go back and watch that on Facebook if you like. The entire broadcast available there. Just go to our Facebook page, look for Beaver County Radio, type it in, and you'll find BVP MBA, and there you are. Beaver Falls now 1st and 10 from the New Brighton 32-yard line after the fumble by Nazir Humphreys. Snap back and a busted play is probably the easiest way to call it. Caden Brickner, high snap, unable to get it to his running back, and then took it himself up for a couple of yards right up to the middle. Now it is 2nd and 7 from the New Brighton 30-yard line. Second team offense is now in place for Beaver Falls. It looks as though can you hear me? Okay, because I can't hear me. Something happened. I'm not quite sure what it might be. Beaver Falls, Caden Brickner has the ball. Waiting for the snap, man in motion, inside handoff up the middle over the right-hand side. Big run. Number 16 just plowing through people, will not be ankle tackled. It takes 3, 4, now 5 New Brighton football players to be able to bring him down. Number 16, Nate Toney. He is the kicker, and he ran with authority. Not only does he kick that football, but he wants to let everybody know he's a whole lot more than just a kicker on this team, that he can play, and he just did. Nate Toney in on the second team for Beaver Falls. They are now looking at a 1st and goal from the 10. 7:43 to play on a running clock. Everybody's taking their time at this point, huddling up. No rush whatsoever. No concern about the play clock. No concern about the game clock, leading 57-14. Caden Brickner, shotgun formation. Tony on his hip, looking over to the left-hand side. Quick pass over the head and up beyond the reach of Keyshawn Jamison. And it sets up now a 2nd and 10 on Beaver Falls. At this point, set up on the 10-yard line, 2nd and goal from the 10. 57-14, 6:58 to go in the game. And Beaver Falls huddling up, taking their time, allowing this clock to roll. Coach Nardone wanting to get the second team in and get some good reps for them. Deshaun Anderson, the starting quarterback, at the end of the first half was limping a little bit and maybe twisted something. And at this point, you're winning so big at this level. Why not go ahead and let the second teamers have their time? Caden Brickner with the pass over to the left-hand side. And number 14, Keyshawn Jamison, just over his head just a little bit. We are now set up with a 3rd and goal from the 10, 6:09 to play in the game. Coming up afterwards, Mike Azadian will talk with Coach Nick Nardone about the victory tonight, and we will also announce the CCBC players of the game. Nate Toney inside a handoff of the left-hand side, got the sweep, and has himself a touchdown. 2 great runs by Nate Toney, one over the right-hand side to set this up, and then this one over the left-hand side, sweeping out to the left, darting back inside, able to score that touchdown. And now it's the Tigers of Beaver Falls 63-14 over the Lions of New Brighton. And once again, it looks as though they're going to set up for an extra point attempt. Last week, they went for 2 on every single touchdown. And those conversions failed, which played a major role in their loss last week to knock 27-24. Coach Nardone, in a pregame interview with him, made it very clear that what is important for him is to get the kicking game together. More practice time for Nate Toney on that kicking game. And tonight, he has been pretty successful, hitting a little over half of his extra point attempts, continuing to improve. And now after a penalty, they decided to go for it here, going for 2. Inside handoff over the left-hand side, number 22, Nijon Parker with the ball, and a failed completion on a 2-point conversion. 5:47 to go in the fourth quarter, 63-14. Back with more on Beaver County Radio.
Now that the sights and sounds of summer are fading in your rearview mirror, there's still time to enjoy your classic car and turn heads this fall. Restore your cherished ride to its former glory and call Gnu's Body Works in Freedom. Gary Snare has been offering collision and restoration services for over 20 years. Everything from lowering or airbagging your rod or street custom to full custom color paint, Gnu's also handles collision and general repairs. Say hello to cooler weather with the hottest car around. Call Gnu's Body Works, 408th Street in Freedom.
63-14, Tigers over the Lions. One of the great players today has been Samari McCoy, just wreaking havoc in the backfield for New Brighton. And back in the spring, sat down for an interview with the Beaver County Times, and he had some interesting comments regarding some questions that were posed to him. What would you do to improve the recruiting process? He says, just keep getting stronger and better at the game. He is wanting to get a scholarship offer from a big-time school, and the way he played in that first week 0 game where he was the CCBC player of the game, and the way that he's played so far tonight in the first half, especially since he's been resting the second half, he is absolutely impressive to watch. There's no denying that. Beaver Falls kicking off to New Brighton. New Brighton now has it 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. And New Brighton's quarterback, Seth Mendenhall, is in. Seth Mendenhall is a freshman. They have him listed at 5'6", but he seems to be a bit taller than that. 5'6", 125. plays quarterback and defensive back, just handed the ball off to Heath Lewis, and Heath Lewis up the middle, breaking it over the right-hand side. Big run for Heath Lewis all the way into Beaver Falls territory, out near the 30-yard line for Beaver Falls. So what looked to be a dive play up the middle, Heath Lewis said, no, that's not what I want to do. I don't want to just hit it and then fall down and get tackled. I'm breaking it out to the outside and picks up a huge gain to bring up a first down, ball on the 30 in Beaver Falls. And this is just another testimony to New Brighton and their desire to continue to play hard and find success at whatever level they can. The quarterback keeps it, looking for a place, picks up 1, maybe 2 yards on the play. Mendenhall running with some conviction on a quarterback keeper. The ball now is set up on the near side of the field at around the 26-yard line, according to the scorekeepers. It's second down, just outside the 26, inside the 27. Mendenhall set up with Heath Lewis on his right-hand side. Wide receivers, one right, one left. He steps back to pass, looking, throws it deep for the end zone, and in and out of the hands of number 22, Nijon Parker, defensive back for Beaver Falls. He was looking for a man deep down the left-hand side. Looks like Kane Williams. No, I'm sorry, number 6. Jesus Farina, their place kicker, playing wideout. Inside handoff to Heath Lewis, makes a man miss, cuts back to the inside, continues to run strong. Multiple Beaver Falls Tigers trying to tackle him. He will not go down. The pile continues to get pushed, and they're closer and inching so close to the goal line. The referees are saying now it's first and goal from the 1. What a run by Heath Lewis. Just would not go down. And his players coming up behind him and beside him, hitting Beaver Falls Tigers defenders as they were trying to tackle him. And continuing to move that pile. Inside handoff to Heath Lewis. Beaver Falls this time shooting the gap and able to stop that for a big loss all the way back to the 5-yard line. So now we're looking at second and goal from the 5, loss of 4 on the play. New Brighton with 2:12 to go in the game. Last thing they're thinking about is just taking a knee and running out this clock. Seth Mendenhall, the quarterback, leading them on a drive that they desperately want to see finish off in the end zone. Mendenhall with Lewis to his hip on the right side. Wide receiver left and right. Mendenhall rolls to the right, makes a man miss, makes another man miss, trying to come inside and ends up losing more yardage on the play all the way back to the 10-yard line. So what started off as a first and goal from around the 1 is now a 3rd and 10 from the 10. Mendenhall over on the sideline around the numbers, talking with head coach Tony Colturi to get the play. Running back now to the huddle, where Colturi was willing to signal the plays in to Brian Taylor. Mendenhall is a freshman, wanting to be able to have that one-on-one conversation with him. 3rd and 10 now. 2 opportunities to get it into the end zone with 1 minute left to play. Inside handoff. Heath Lewis has it, breaking over the left-hand side. He's getting closer and closer to the end zone. Will he be denied? No, he will not. Officials say touchdown. Heath Lewis on an inside handoff, sweep over the left-hand side. Multiple Beaver Falls Tigers were trying to bring him down, just could not bring him down. No matter how they spun him, his feet continued to churn, legs pumping, insisting that he would go into that end zone. What a run. Heath Lewis and ultimately still didn't go down, able to walk into the end zone on his feet. They now go for two. Mendenhall with the snap, looking for a man, throws it over into the corner, and the two-point conversion is intercepted, so it's no good. With 43.8 seconds left to go in the game, we'll take a timeout. 63-20, Tigers over the Lions on Beaver County Radio.
When life brings the great outdoors indoors, you need a reliable washer and dryer with the ability to enhance cleaning and sanitize your laundry. See the experts at AK Nahas to determine a laundry pair that works the best for your family. Whether it's the durability of commercial cleaning like Speed Queen and Maytag, or the capacity and power steam cleaning of GE and Whirlpool, AK Nahas has it all. Cleaning is believing. See it all at AK Nahas Appliance, Furniture, Mattress, and TV. You'll do okay with AK.
43.8 seconds left to go in this game. It's 63-20, Beaver Falls over New Brighton. Heath Lewis, just a great drive there, single-handedly really, willing them into another score and able to pick up that touchdown. Nice kick, deep kick, bounces, retrieved, downed, downed in the end zone. Was that a touchback? Yes, the official is calling that a touchback. Tony Lascola saying that the Beaver Falls Tiger grabbed the ball and his knee was down in the end zone. And now it's Beaver Falls football. 40 seconds left to go in the game. And now it's time to come up with CCBC players of the game for both Beaver Falls and for New Brighton. Brian Taylor, a great job in willing his team back to a score in the second half. But two touchdowns, both scored by Mike Vion prior to Heath Lewis. Those two touchdowns, and then that interception by Mike Vion, CCBC player of the game for a second week in a row. And then on the Beaver Falls Tigers side, Detalion Buford, what a night he had tonight. 3 touchdowns and then an interception as well for a touchdown. Just a great evening for him as well. Mike Azadian, we'll get to him coming up on the sideline. Coming up in just a couple of moments, the teams are going through the handshake line. Let's see if we can take a 30-second break. Can we do that? We'll come back in 30 seconds, give Mike an opportunity to get together with the players and with Coach Nardone from Beaver Falls right here on Beaver County Radio.
Hi, this is Bob Barrickman here for Fry Transportation. When it comes to school buses in Beaver County, it sure is hard not to notice the shiny Fry Transportation fleet. Fry Transportation has been a local family-owned Beaver County business for over 30 years. As any successful football team must be dependable and reliable, these same qualities have made Fry Transportation a champion operation. Best wishes to all local teams and safe travels to the gridirons this season. From your friends at Fry Transportation.
Let's go check in with Mike Azadian. Mike on the sideline.
Hey, what's up? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. A difficult night for New Brighton, but impressive in seeing them play as hard as they did in that second half.
Yeah, you know, some of the kids down here disappointed. I was down on the New Brighton sideline most of the second half, and a lot of the kids' heads hanging a little bit, and they're disappointed. A lot of the older players who sat most of the fourth quarter, but a lot of the coaches coming through, talking to them, trying to get them to understand that, you know, we're a work in progress. But it's tough. It's really tough. It's two different sidelines. You've got a tradition on the other side, and on this side, you know, you just have only so many kids that are playing, and they're giving their best, but they just don't have enough. And hopefully people hear this. Hopefully people in the community want to, like Coach said, get pride back and get more kids coming out for the program. And that comes from everything, not just coaching. It comes from parents. It comes from leadership in the school. And just, you know, it's not just football. It's every sport. And a lot of people I talked to on the Beaver Falls side were saying to me, hey, man, what's happening here at New Brighton? it's just hard. It's just one of those things that it takes a lot of good people to get going. And I think Tony's a good guy, and I wish the best for them. Then we're going to wait for them to get out of the huddles, and then we are going to, well, hopefully Nick Nardone will come over here. We'll get him. I might have missed my opportunity. Those guys all left. Let me see if I can get them, and I'll be back to you.
All right, Mike Azadian, thank you very much. Once again, the CCBC players of the game, Mike Vion for New Brighton, 2 touchdowns and an interception, and also D'Italian Buford. What a night from the running back position and defensive back position for D'Italian Buford, the 2 CCBC players of the game. Coming up, right after the Electric Garage Doors post-game show, we will have the Falcones Moon Township Ford wrap-up show, a complete rundown of all the scores around the Beaver Valley, and you are welcome to participate. If you have scores to call in with, please do that. If you have reports from different games about performances, my goodness, please do that as well. We'll take a little timeout. We'll come back 63-20, Beaver Falls over New Brighton on Beaver County Radio.
Looking for home services? Call Patriot Home Care in Beaver Falls. Their staff provides company, conversation, and companionship to all patients, ensuring medications are taken on time, participating in fun community activities, personal care, meal prep, and light household work are all services provided by Patriot Home Care, all thanks to the hardworking and selfless team members. Call Patriot Home Care at 724-506-8911 or stop in Patriot Home Care, 1225 7th Avenue, Beaver Falls.
Mike Azadian on the field right around the 40 with our CCBC player of the game. 2 weeks in a row, Mike Vion.
Hey, Mike, interception, couple touchdowns. You're playing pretty well, and you're making a name for yourself here in New Brighton.
Yeah, I mean, hasn't been the easiest couple weeks we had, but so I guess we go out there and make plays, try to help the team as much as I can.
Your future is bright. I mean, you play both sides of the ball. What do you like doing better, catching touchdowns or stopping touchdowns?
Definitely catching touchdowns, I'm not going to lie. But, I still like defense, I like them, almost equally, but I like offense more.
Everybody does. The girls like touchdowns. There's no doubt about it. Mike, it's hard for you guys, but there were some positives. Your quarterback played well. I thought you guys played well on the line at times. Just one of these things where you just have to hang in there and do the best you can.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, like I said, didn't go how we wanted it to, but,
Hey, Mike, if you would, ask him this one question
You want me to ask you something? Hold on, go ahead.
Ask him about Brian Taylor and the leadership that he showed, especially in the second half as he was willing his team to drive down the field.
Let's talk about Brian Taylor and his leadership in the second half on that big drive to score a touchdown.
Yeah, Brian, best quarterback I've ever had, I mean, I love him. I love him to death. He's a good leader, good quarterback, good in the school. He's good in everything, He's a good kid.
You're a leader, too, and congratulations, 2 weeks in a row, CCBC player of the game. Say hi to your dad for me.
Hey, Ryan Vion. Shout out Ryan Vion. Shout out Stephanie Keaton. And shout out all my peoples.
He's shouting out to all his people. Well, okay, there you go. All right, now we're going to get another gentleman here, CCBC player of the game, D'Italian Buford. D'Italian, congratulations. Big game for you tonight.
Thank you.
Last I saw you were playing some basketball. You've grown some since I've seen you.
Yeah. Over the summer, I grew itches.
So football your favorite sport, or is it basketball?
Football.
So football's the way to go. You guys are strong in the running back position, you and Bricks. How's it feel to be a running back on Beaver Falls with the tradition that this school brings?
Oh, it's great. I mean, to be a running back on this team with the line we got, it's just great. I mean, they open holes up like never before. Bricks, we could take turns taking carries, so we're not going to be as gassed as if there was just one running back. So I feel like it's good.
You guys had some tough games the last couple of weeks, but came back with a big win. What do you guys have to do to improve just to keep on going the rest of the season?
We just got to stick to what we're doing, keep our head in it. We took some tough losses last game, beat ourselves, so come back stronger next week.
A lot of hard work. Coaches I see on the sidelines, they're coaching you guys up even in a game where you're winning by a lot. Your position coaches grabbing you guys, getting you guys ready. Do you appreciate that from your coaches keeping you going?
Oh, yeah, great coaches. I mean, they're on us all the time. Even we do good things, they let us know about it. We do bad things, they let us know about it. So they're great coaches.
D'Italian Buford, not just a basketball player, but a very, very good football player, D'Italian. Congratulations, CCBC player of the game.
Thank you.
All right, good luck. And we're going to talk to your head coach now. And thank you for joining us again, Coach. A lot of positives. Talk to us what you felt were the positives of this game here tonight.
I think our kids came out and they fought hard. We had a couple tough losses the last couple weeks, and they were hungry for a win, and we saw that with the way they played and how hard they played tonight. I was proud of the effort.
What do you still think that you need to work on to make your team better?
There's always things to clean up. I'd like to see our passing game be a lot cleaner. There was some stuff tonight that I feel like we left some plays out on the field that we could have been better at. And then just the way teams are reading us and stuff, we up front got to communicate a little better offensively on the line, and defensively just tackling a couple of missed tackles here and there.
Now, beginning of the year, you rotated 3 quarterbacks, and it was a tough fight to replace the 3-year starter, 4-year starter, Jaden, and it seems like you've settled on a guy right now.
Yeah, Deshaun's doing a great job. He's been the backup the last 3 years, so he really knows the offense in and out. We were lucky enough not to need to use him the last couple of years, but his experience, he's really doing a nice job with what we do offensively. He understands the game plan, so we're happy and confident with the way he's playing.
Well, we appreciate you staying out here. Thanks a lot. Good luck, and we'll see you again.
All right, thank you.
Okay, and that was the head coach, Nick Nardone. We talked to Italian Brief. We talked to Mike Vion again, who's shouted out to his people, and that's good. But, Beaver Falls off the schneid. They get a win when they really needed one, and New Brighton still has some work to do, Robert.
Thank you very much, Mike. After this victory, Beaver Falls getting ready for Neshannock coming up next week. Then it's at Riverside, and then at Mohawk, Elwood City, Freedom, and Western Beaver to wrap up 2A conference play. New Brighton still looking for their very first victory, the Tony Colturi era, and they draw Mohawk next week after this loss. Then it's Neshannock, Elwood City, Beaver Falls, Riverside, and Freedom. The Electric Garage Doors postgame show continues in a moment right here on Beaver County Radio.
Spotlight your future this fall at Community College of Beaver County. By attending our admissions showcases, you'll explore campus, talk one-on-one with professors, discover career and transfer-ready programs, and even enroll on the spot. Come to the main campus in Monaca on October 11 from 4 to 7 p.m. as we showcase health sciences, advanced manufacturing, business, criminal justice, education, liberal studies, STEM, and more high school academy pathways. RSVP now at ccbc.edu/showcases.
In order to call the right play, you have to be able to communicate. Dental hygiene not only affects appearance and eating habits, it can also have an impact on your ability to speak clearly. Dr. C. Timothy Lip wants you to keep your teeth in the game, and he has a playbook designed for success so that you can call the right play or even call an audible. Get suited up for a win, or at least a winning smile, by joining Dr. C. Timothy Lip's team in Beaver Falls or Robinson Township. Visit lipdentistry.com.
Hi, this is Bob Barrickman here for Fry Transportation. When it comes to school buses in Beaver County, it sure is hard not to notice the shiny Fry Transportation fleet. Fry Transportation has been a local family-owned Beaver County business for over 30 years. As any successful football team must be dependable and reliable, these same qualities have made Fry Transportation a champion operation. Best wishes to all local teams and safe travels to the gridirons this season. From your friends at Fry Transportation.
If you have big plans for this fall, like a new car or home remodeling project, but feel like it's getting a little late in the game and you're out of timeouts, it's time to call an audible, a 749 audible. This is Coach Andy Dingle from Freedom United Federal Credit Union. 24-month personal loans are now available with approved credit from 7.49%. So get up to the line, the teller line that is, and call your own 749 audible. Stop in for details. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
When you're looking for exceptional furniture handmade to your specifications, visit the Amish Built Galleries at AK Nahas. Elegant heirloom quality bedrooms, dining rooms, occasional tables, and poly outdoor furniture. Built to last, made from our region's finest solid hardwood, hand sanded and carefully stained. You'll love the furniture created just for you. A passion for perfection. Amish made your way. Customize it all at AK Nahas Appliance, Furniture, Mattress, and TV. You'll do okay with AK.
Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose, but winning is all in the game when you shop for a used car at the Beaver Valley Auto Mall. Because the Beaver Valley Auto Mall believes that the experience of buying a used car should be an exciting and simple process. When you're looking for a used car near the Beaver Valley area, look no further than the inventory of cars and trucks and SUVs at the Beaver Valley Auto Mall. Stop in today and see their incredible selection. You'll find all the help you need or click BeaverValleyCars.com. Beaver Valley Auto Mall, near the mall in Center Township.
The pregame show will set the stage for the upcoming game coverage. A pre-career start at the Beaver County Career and Technology Center can set up your high school student for life. I'm Vince Crateri, Public Relations and Marketing Specialist at the Beaver County Career and Technology Center with great news. There is still time for this school year in some of our top earning career training programs, but you must act now. Have your child or grandchild see their school counselor today. Hurry, classroom space is limited, and these prime opportunities are on a first-come, first-served basis. Let the Beaver County CTC open doors for you in the game of life. Click bcctc.org.
Are you a believer?
I am absolutely a believer.
And I'm a Bubba Beaver believer.
I'm the biggest Baba Beaver believer.
All right, man, you got me.
Be a Beaver believer in a new Nissan. Get a new Rogue S for just $344 a month, or a new Ultima Premium package for only $386 a month. Plus guaranteed credit approval and the best certified pre-owned warranty.
Stop in and become a Baba Beaver believer like me.
And me.
At Beaver County Auto.
63-20 is the final score here at New Brighton, and I've not been at a stadium before when all the lights go out. And the only lights that are still left are a few of the stadium lights, and it's kind of a cool feeling and kind of creepy at the same time, Mike.
Yeah, it is, and it's kind of quiet and cool, and you feel the fall air coming in.
Yes.
But we're the last ones here. We're usually the first ones in and the last ones gone.
It seems that way. Central Valley, big over Chartiers Valley, 27-6. And looking for a Newcastle score. Last I saw, they were losing rather handily earlier. Newcastle losing to West Allegheny 33-0. Coming up next week, we will have Newcastle and Central Valley as our Beaver County Radio Game of the Week. Central Valley edging out Austintown Fitch and the Falcons 36-35 in a Week 0 game. And then lost to Avonworth, beat up on Hampton 55-0, and then it seems as though they're going to be winning this game against Chartiers Valley.
Yeah, you know what, Central Valley, Bruce had said it, we all know it. They've gone through a big change, a quarterback, running back. They still have a good tradition under Mark Lyons. We'll have them in a few weeks, we think, at Vesuvio's Pizza on the Coach's Corner coming up. Next week, we're going to have New Brighton at Copico's Pizza. And then the week after, I believe, we're going to have Central Valley. And then we'll have Beaver Falls coming up at Al's Corner. Haven't confirmed that with those coaches, but did confirm it with Tony. So we're going to have all the local teams at some of the local restaurants and talk to coaches and players and prepare you for the games coming ahead.
Nice. Next week as well, Newcastle, they lost to University Prep Obama Academy in a Week 0 game, 26-20. That was the closest game they had in a losing effort. Then Mars, 42-6, lost to Armstrong, 49-19. And they're hosting West Allegheny, and they are losing to West Allegheny big as well. We will have them for you coming up next Friday. Also, tomorrow, Pitt at West Virginia. Pregame at 5:30, kickoff at 7:30, the Backyard Brawl. You can hear it here on Beaver County Radio. And then after next Friday's game, next Saturday, we will have Geneva at Case Western Reserve. Mike Azadian on the call for that, 6:30 pregame and 7 o'clock kickoff. We'll come back and we'll wrap things up. Final thoughts on tonight's game, and I'll look forward to next week coming up in a moment on Beaver County Radio.
It might be time to repair or replace that old garage door. Call on Robin and her team of expert installers at Electric Garage Door Sales in Monaca. Dial 724-774-3200 and your door will work like a charm. Featuring CHI quality garage doors, LiftMaster garage door openers, and over 50 years experience, Robin and her team will get it done right. Electric Garage Door Sales. Give them a call at 724-774-3200 or find them online at electricgaragedoorsales.com.
Spotlight your future this fall at Community College of Beaver County. By attending our admissions showcases, you'll explore campus, talk one-on-one with professors, discover career and transfer-ready programs, and even enroll on the spot. Come to the main campus in Monaca on October 11 from 4 to 7 p.m. as we showcase health sciences, advanced manufacturing, business, criminal justice, education, liberal studies, STEM, and more high school academy pathways. RSVP now at ccbc.edu/showcases.
It's football season, and if you can see the Aquaman of Beaver County heading deep on a fly route to the end zone, it shouldn't surprise you. This is Jim Riggio, the Aquaman of Beaver County from the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority. Why, you ask? It's obvious. Going deep or the full distance for our customers, no matter what we are up against, is in our game plan. Now, what isn't quite so simple is getting my web feet into a pair of those cleats. This is the Aquaman from the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority. And looky here, I'm wide open that is, to doing whatever it takes to serve you. Click bfwater.net.
Are you a believer?
I am absolutely a believer. And I'm a Bubba Beaver believer. But I'm the biggest Bubba Beaver believer. All right, man, you got me.
Be a Beaver believer in a new Nissan. Get a new Rogue S for just $344 a month, or a new Ultima Premium package for only $386 a month. Plus guaranteed credit approval and the best certified pre-owned warranty.
Stop in and become a Bubba Beaver believer like me. And me.
At Beaver County Auto.
In order to call the right play, you have to be able to communicate. Dental hygiene not only affects appearance and eating habits, it can also have an impact on your ability to speak clearly. Dr. C. Timothy Lip wants you to keep your teeth in the game, and he has a playbook designed for success so that you can call the right play or even call an audible. Get suited up for a win, or at least a winning smile, by joining Dr. C. Timothy Lip's team in Beaver Falls or Robinson Township. Visit lipdentistry.com.
Do you know a child who struggles to read? If so, the tuition-free brick-and-mortar Provident Charter School West is here to help. The Provident Charter School West in Baden is helping children from 1st grade through 4th learn to overcome dyslexia so they can return to their hometown schools and graduate with their friends. Provident Charter School West meets the needs of children with dyslexia so they can become the inventors and educators of tomorrow. For more information, visit providentcharterschool.org.
You're listening to 2023 high school football coverage on Beaver County Radio. This game is being brought to you in part by St. Barnabas Dental and Dr. Peter Montini, Goldberg Persky and White, Friendly Federal Credit Union, Dr. C. Timothy Lip, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, Luxembourg Garbett Kelly and George, Electric Garage Door Sales in Monaca, Beaver County Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Nissan, Keystone Wellness Program, Patriot Home Care, the Grand Valley Inn, the Community College of Beaver County, the Beaver County Career Technology Center, Drug Free Aliquippa, the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, Moon Township Ford, Fry Transportation, and Beaver County Radio. 95.7 and 99.3 FM, along with 1230 WBVP, 1460 WMBA, and beavercountyradio.com.
63-20, the final score. Once again, CCBC players of the game. Mike Vion for New Brighton once again in a losing effort 2 weeks in a row. Just a remarkable performer. He plays his heart out, and he did again tonight. Also, D'Italian Buford for Beaver Falls at running back. Touchdowns on the offensive side of the ball and defensive side of the ball as well. Coming up, the Falcones Moon Township Ford wrap-up show. That does it for the Electric Garage Doors post-game show from the AK Nahas Appliance and Furniture broadcast booth. I'm Robert Mangino. Bruce Fry with me in the booth tonight. Mike Azadian on the sideline. Keith and Curtis here making everything happen. Guys back at the station, thank you so much. Great game. We will talk to you all again. Coming up next week, it's Newcastle and Central Valley. Friday night, 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff on Beaver County Radio.
Thank you for listening to coverage of 2023 high school football here on Beaver County Radio. Coverage of tonight's broadcast was brought to you in part by St. Barnabas Dental and Dr. Peter Montini, Goldberg Persky and White, Friendly Federal Credit Union, Dr. C. Timothy Lip, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, Luxembourg Garbett Kelly and George, Electric Garage Door Sales in Monaca, Beaver County Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Nissan, Keystone Wellness Program, Patriot Home Care, the Grand Valley Inn, the Community College of Beaver County, the Beaver County Career Technology Center, Drug-Free Aliquippa, the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, Moon Township Ford, A.K. Nahas Furniture Gallery, Tri-County McDonald's, Fry Transportation, and Beaver County Radio. And don't forget to check out all the scores and information from this week's game and all games at beavercountyradio.com and on our Facebook page at WBVP-WMBA.